What is good, family? Please let me know if you can hear my voice coming through this mic right now. Good morning, everybody. I'm a little nervous streaming right now. I'm not going to lie for a single second. And that is because I am entirely in a whole other new system right now. I don't know if you remember. Actually, we were having some issues just the other day, right? Getting those streams going up. But, man, I've been working tirelessly to try to get these things to work. So hopefully this time around we can be heard, we can be looked at, I don't know, whatever, man, whatever you guys want to call it. So I'm just know that I'm a little nervous, so I hope this thing is actually coming through real good, right, you guys? But good, Indra, thank you so much. I'm very happy to see what is up, family. Good to see everybody here today, man. Happy Taco Tuesday. I hope everybody's Father's Day was good. Let's go ahead and start looking at some market data, right, you guys? But hey, I actually did notice that, Indra, that SONN dropped to that level that we were talking about, right? So I'm very happy that that bounce is happening. I know that, I mean, we were talking about 75 or 77 actually, right? So it ended up falling right below that. I think that 75 cents before it got that actual bounce to the upside. So let me just go ahead and mute the music here just so that I can be able to hear myself speak, right? All right, so yeah, so actually it would be the other display. So let's just go ahead and do it just like this, right? So that we can see what's going down. Man, I'm not kidding, guys. This is a whole new set of tools, a whole new everything right now, right? So I hope that it is coming through the right way. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at exactly what's going on, right? So SONN, we definitely talked about this drop right over here, right? We're getting that nice bounce to the upside. Let's see what's going down with the RSI. Everything a little scary there, right? So let's see the 30-minute time frame and see what's going down, right? So 30-minute time frame still suggesting a little bit of a downside here. That usually happens to come back and test that very same support that we just faced, right? So let's go ahead and now look at the hourly and bi-hourly time frames. Okay, so let's see. Okay, just getting a little too close right there to continuing the cross below that RSI 14-day simple moving average, but it's still okay. It's no problem at all. Let's go ahead and move on to the bi-hourly time frame and see what's up. Okay, so we still have some downside pressure there, guys. This drop here kind of gave some things a little bit of a flash. So we're gonna have to let's see. Let me measure that exactly. So that would be about an 18% drop. Wow. And then it recovered almost 50% of it. That's incredible. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we still have an upside pivot on stochastics on the bi-hourly, and actually the 4-hour seems to be reactive to it just now, but we're going to have to keep our eyes on this. We're going to have to see what's up, you guys, but everything is looking okay. What we want to do is make sure that we can keep these supports, right? Because remember, there's still one more area that we can face, and that would be in the space of about 57.48 to 55.07. I'm not saying that we're going there, but I do want to say that in the event to where we do go there, it's one of our let's see, that's our first inflection point before we can actually face another support touch right down here somewhere. We don't want to talk about those targets just yet. This is what we care about. This is what's happening presently. We need to make sure that we can keep that 77.48, you guys, and we'll go ahead and keep on, we'll keep an eye on it as we move, right? So now, coming back to very interesting moves here. Ticker symbol APE is really ripping to the upside, and there is, I don't even know what the reason could be. I guess usually, well, I mentioned this the last time. I said that sometimes you can actually face a run-up when there is some type of fundamental catalyst coming. I know that a lot of people were talking about the AMC thing going into the RS, right? I have no idea if that's already solidified. I have no idea if there's an actual date to that, but it's somebody knows something, right? So on our way to this price action like this, that usually indicates that somebody knows something, right? So it is green on the day. COSM currently red on the day, and it is at $3.14 presently. Okay, so yeah, we were talking about this ticker, you guys. Ticker symbol SOUN. This is an AI company, right? And these are essentially the targets that we were taking a look at from the short video that I released on Father's Day. Okay, so that's kind of what's happening right now. Okay, so if we can get If we can get this top side right here, very likely a retracement can happen to test around the current highs. I would say around $3.70, right? Quick retracement will validate that as a support. It's going to be around the 1 fib, right? So yeah, it would be a resistance touch back over here to validate that newer high. Continue on to the upside here to the further targets, right? So we'll go ahead and keep an eye on this one too, but it's already making the path that we talked about, right? It already reached 375, by the way. So that's it's massive upside thus far, right, you guys? So go ahead and keep an eye on that, as it is a very, very bullish asset presently. And we are going to get into a few other tickers right now, okay, you guys? So just so you're clear on this, there is a golden cross that happened on the 24th, Wednesday, and there was also a silver cross that happened right back here on April the 5th, Wednesday as well. So I just want to know, I actually just want to know if this is... I mean, they've biffed, they've blah, 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 blah. Both of those days have been actual red days, okay? So, actually, we did get a close slightly above the close on the previous day. Okay, so I wonder if the Wednesdays for ticker symbol SOUN are going to be bullish or bearish things. So we'll keep an eye on it for those time frames as well, you guys. So yes, we do have a few things to look at. We wanna look at yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on SOUN, you guys. So now this is the heat map, right? So go ahead and take a look at what's trending right now. It looks like Apple's up. We have Nvidia up 1.45% on the day. Everything is looking pretty not bad within the tech sector, right? But everything else is kind of bleeding, right? Look at the finance sector. Oh my goodness, man, this is for real, just bleeding hard. Another thing that's kind of bleeding right now is the energy materials, right? Or minerals, sorry. That's also bleeding on the day. Oh my goodness, man. But as you can see right here, you guys, it looks like tech is still trying to run the markets, right? So we're going to have to keep an eye on a few of these tickers as well, because the broader markets essentially tell the story, okay, you guys? So let's see. I must check on my positions as well, right? Because we are absolutely we're open on the markets, right, you guys? Even if it's like the first day of the week. Oh my goodness, man, you got to be careful trading that first day of the week, you guys. All right, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY versus the NDX, right? We're a little bit red here on the SPY. Of course, we're about to find that support on the daily, but I think that we may be at support on the 12-hour. And actually, we are at resistance, okay? So very likely for the SPY to actually put down a little bit of a lower low. Potential support found at that 433.67. If that's going to be the case, I honestly think that this could probably go for another, maybe one more run to the upside, to be fair, if it hasn't done that already. And then we could actually face a little bit of a pullback right after that, you guys. The markets are still looking very, very bullish. Okay, but know that the shorter time frames, there's always a little bit of a risk where we can face a potential pullback. It's part of the natural ebb and flow, you guys. Remember also the first day of the week is a little bit of a tough day to kind of combat, right? So let's just try to practice some patience here and maybe consider staying cash on Mondays, right? You guys, as Mondays are historically known to be pretty bearish for the overall markets. And I know that it's Mondays, right? I'm just saying because it's the first day of the week, Taco Tuesday. But anyway, let's go ahead and refer to the chat. Barbara Young, what is up? Good to see you here. Thank you so much for stopping by. And the Bled, what's up, man? What's up? So now let's see. Berenson, how you doing? Good to see you here. Devin, yeah, man, looking good on that ticker symbol SOUN, right? We can go ahead and load it up one more time. I know that a lot of times people like to look at the very small time frames, right? So if you're curious to see what's going down in that 5-minute time frame, you can actually see we're currently finding support at that SMA 21 right now. Very important moving average to keep in mind, okay? I often leave the EMA 21 and the 7 and 9 exponentials as well. Those are very good to consider, okay? Just in case you're curious over what what moving averages I'm looking at, right? Oftentimes I look at the chart more so than not on the 4-hour, and the 12-hour and the daily, right? But still, we could go ahead and explore other time frames as well, you guys. It's no problem whatsoever. Interesting thing here, though, on the hourly time frame, huge bear trap or liquidity trap, right? This could have been a little head and shoulders right over here, right? Completely faked everybody out. Price action ended up just going straight to the upside, right? Instead of actually failing to the downside to where you could have seen a potential touch of about 294 here. So, I mean, based on the trend line, right? So you can usually find that target when you take a trend line from the top side of the head, right, all the way back down to the shoulder or to the neckline of the formation itself, which could be this right over here. Right, when you apply it to under that shoulder, the right-hand side, that actually gives you that target, and this is what we're talking about, right? Right around 294. In fact, it's suggesting 293, right? So that's a very interesting little event that happened there, man. Specifically for the Bears. Oh my goodness, that could have really, I mean, that really kind of trapped some people there. No prisoners, man. Take no prisoners on this. Jeez, it is ruthless out in the markets, you guys. It is dog eats dog, man. Devin, what's up, man? Good morning to see you here. Good morning to see you here. What the heck, man? Very happy to see you here. Sorry, I was reading something at the same time, getting all weird. Oh my goodness, man. So what's up, Reed? Good to see you here too. Yeah, let's go ahead and you know what? We can actually do that too, you guys. Right? Let's load up FNGR because that is one of those tickers that is supposed to be running like crazy today, right? So let me go ahead and load up my master layout here and put in ticker symbol FNGR because that boy, oh my goodness, it has been making quite an impressive move to the upside, right? So very, very cool. So anyway, let me just say hi to some other people, right? Indra saying SPCE slowly rising the last few days because of upcoming catalysts. Oh my goodness, we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that one as well. So in fact, just so I don't forget, let's go ahead and just put it in now, right? So master layout, right? And that was ticker symbol SPCE. Guys, I know that actually I still have to look at one other ticker too, and we will go over those, right? So just know that I'm not sure if there's actually a larger delay on my streaming, but if there is, just be patient with me. Oh my goodness, look at this. Indra, what are you talking about? Oh my goodness, this is really ripping. So actually, let me see how far it's already up on the day. Oh my goodness, man, this is incredible. Ticker symbol SPCE absolutely ripping the shorter time frames. My goodness. All right, so it is currently sitting at 521, and it looks like we got that. It was right over here, right? We got the opening pre-market at about 494. It even dropped as low as, yeah, I think that's about as low. 474 could have been the lowest it dropped, and now it's at 526. Incredible. Check it out. The hourly book is actually suggesting for the bulls right now. Huge upside happening right now, guys. Very, very, very interesting. I'll go ahead and keep it on here as well. Okay, so now, yeah, as far as ticker symbol FNGR, let me see where the open kind of happened on this, right? So let's see, opening at about 219 on the day. Please remember that your previous day high is actually $2.62, and we also have a pre-market high of about, I mean, we can face a little bit of resistance there for sure. We have a pre-market high at about $2.45. Of course, we can face a little bit of resistance there, pull back, right? It's no problem. The important thing is that the immediate short-term time frames are showing extreme support right now, favoring all of these moving averages right now. So let me move up the time frames and see what's going down. So let's see. Okay, current support on the bi-hourly for EMA 7 and 9. Nice. Okay, so yeah, this is where it's at, guys. Okay, first of all, 4-hour silver cross happening right now, very nice, and the 4-hour golden cross is on its way right now too. Currently finding support at both the EMA 7 and the EMA 9. Okay, so we actually did talk about a potential support touch right down here at about 205 to 210, right? In fact, we couldn't get all the way down that low, but it's all good, you guys. You never know. We'll go ahead and keep those targets in line. But one thing that we should keep in line is actually the top side of the previous day high. Okay, you guys. So that's very important to keep in consideration, and also the previous day low, which would essentially be, in this case, our inflection zone. Okay, so failing a 4-hour candle, I'm talking about closing candles below $2.03, would actually pressure us to the downside, somewhere to around 181 to around 185, right? So we have to keep an eye over those things if you are exposed, if you're along this ticker. Okay, you guys, keep an eye on your longs. Okay, never give back what you've already gained, all right, unless you are strategically looking at the markets, right? So ticker symbol SPY still looking like it wants to retrace. We're talking about that potential retracement back to the area of about 433.56, where, let's see, I mean, we have I mean, let's see. I mean, we have used that EMA 21 several times for support, right? So now I'm thinking that we could retrace back to that area there. I'm suggesting here a potential pullback here, and I'm not sure that it can actually. I'm not sure that it can bleed into the following days, but today could be that consolidation slash pullback or breather day, so that we can continue on to the upside in the coming days, right? So I think honestly, I mean, look at the trend here on. Let me make it bigger. Right? I'm gonna make this screen a little bit bigger. There we go. So yeah, you can see how this uptrend has just been ripping and ripping and ripping. Mind you, we're looking at it on the 12-hour chart here too. So this is it's very interesting to see how, just how high it's gone, right? I'm still bullish the markets. I'm just saying that this is a temporary pullback, and it looks like the SMA 10 is at a very similar spot as that EMA 21 in the 12-hour. So 433.94 could be that pullback zone, potential bounce from that area. And another reason why we could be facing a bounce right at that area is because of this gap right over here. Check it out. It's sitting right between the area of about 433.85 to 434.85. Perfect buck, right? So yeah, highly likely we could face a bounce from this area. We want to make sure that we don't close any candles though. If we close those candles below the area of 433.85, that can introduce a new low, and that would be around the space. Let's 429.58. I'll draw it just in case, right? I'm gonna draw it in just for our convenience, right? So it would be, wow. That's one hell of a support zone. Okay, so and even the EMA 21 is sitting within there too. So this would be a pretty good area for demand. I'm not saying that we can go down there. I'm not sure that we even have the liquidity for that. Let's see the buy daily. Yeah, see the buy daily. The SMA 14 is very close to meeting that RSI signal, right? So if we can get that RSI to drop just ever so slightly more, which is literally why I'm saying that we can face the first support, not the second one, right? This right over here, just like that, and get that continuation to the upside. It looks like we can get that bounce from that SMA 14, and we're also in the bullish control zone, right? So that would be, I mean, look at how many times we've actually used it as that support. Right over here, another support touch here, failure here, support and continuation. And then this is what I'm speculating. I'm speculating a potential support touch right there. Huge bearish activity coming here in the order book. You guys, please go ahead and take a look at this. I'm starting to favor, I'm starting to favor the bulls in this area. Another reason why we want to make sure that we can get this bounce to the upside is because please notice right over here, we're looking at the SPY ending this buy daily candle in 5 hours and 49 minutes. If we get this candle to close below the area, anywhere below this, let's see, the opening of this, the previous buy daily candle, which is, 437.01. If we close this current candle anywhere beneath that 437.01, this is in danger of actually falling down to that other target that we're looking at, 429.72 to 425.91. Why do I say that? Is because it's, there's a couple things here. First of all, this is bearish engulfing forming here on the buy daily, right? We don't want to do that. And if it does introduce, then so be it. You know what I mean? We'll go ahead and get a deeper capitulation. And in that moment, we could actually find a pretty nice support, right? And also the SMA 10, right? So if we do get that, bulls will certainly try to enter in that demand zone. Don't ever think that that's the cheapest it can go. What's cheap right now could always be cheaper. Right, you guys, but let's go ahead and refer back to the chat here. Monster Mike, good to see you in, my friend. Good to see you here. Good morning to you. I'm not sure what time it is there with you, but it is definitely in the AM for me, right? So good morning to you. All right, so SONN is already back to that. Oh my goodness, no way. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's looking like SONN is, did I actually switch that? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Currently sitting at 80 cents, man. Yeah, we're getting those bounces right there. 4-hour EMA 21 located right at our support line, right? Also, this candle right up here, which was the Tuesday, the 13th wick high, right? Huge little shooting star right here that actually ended up playing a nice little downside for reaccumulation before an upside. That is the support that I'm currently looking at, and we're sort of using, right? So this is good. This is good. We're still going to keep an eye on it. Let's just go ahead and, just make sure that it is there anyway. So let me go ahead and come back to the other chart right over here and also to the chat. So let me go ahead and switch that Yeah, actually, so far, guys, the system is running pretty good. And actually, I do have to give a quick shout out. I'm not sure that he actually wants to be named out loud, right? I never actually spoke about that, but this person actually has this. I went to the dark side, you guys. I don't know if I have my listeners over there. This is not a Mac. I am actually using a Windows-based system and a very powerful gaming system at that. So, I'm very much using a system that's entirely just away from my comfort zone, right? So, just so you know, right? Complete switch to the dark side right now, you guys. But it's feeling incredible. This is a very competitive computer, and I hope to have eliminated a lot of the issues that we were facing last week. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue on with the chat right here, right? So, oh my goodness, no, not a problem, man. The God Martin, thank you for participating. Thank you for being here, for showing your support, right? So let's see what else we have right here. Miss Teaser, what's up, man? Good to see you. Dude, right here, man. Just I don't know if you actually saw the last live stream, but we did have a huge outage on that last live stream. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I've been actually working, I mean, just deep hours on getting this system to run, and it looks like everything is pretty good. I hope that I don't come back to the recording and hear my voice as like a robot sounding thing, because I have no idea how this sounds. This is the only reason I was not able to catch my daily video yesterday, is because I was in the process of actually getting this thing together. But you know how it goes, man. It's all good. No problem right here, you guys. No complaints. I'm actually very thankful for the community, for the people that have you know, I mean, this is powerful, you guys. It's I'm eternally thankful. So check this out, you guys. Right now, we're actually getting a golden cross on the buy daily for the NDX. That is absolutely bullish. So, I mean, that's another sign that this thing could actually continue ripping to the upside, right, you guys? So just to be completely transparent, I am playing some broader market calls on the TQQQ. And that is actually 3-month out calls, as I do see a potential continuation to the upside. Oh my goodness, man. This is, I see it. I see it on the book, man. The bears are actually trying to fight it back. But come on, man. This is a golden cross on the buy daily. This is how it happens. It's starting to cascade into the upper time frames, which is just incredible. And by the way, I don't even know why my voice is so scratchy. I'm not sick. I don't know why it's like this, but maybe some water. But let's go ahead and try that now. Hold on just a sec, team. Let's get a sip here. Yeah. All right. So got that little drink of water there. I'm hoping that can help a bit. So now William Bone saying, do you still feel good about the VIRI retracement targets from the last video? Let's go ahead and pull up ticker symbol VIRI, right? So let me pull this video back just like that. And let's see. Oh, man, look at that. Man, look at that. SPCE still ripping that upside. You guys, keep that in your watch list. This is definitely something to take a look at. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, let's go ahead and put down that new iteration here of a master layout for ticker symbol VIRI, right? And, yeah, we'll take a look at those targets real quick. Let's see. I haven't loaded actually my entire thesis, so this is why I'm thinking that I can actually just see it on the master layout. All right, so on the other computers where I have everything kind of set and ready. All right. So we're actually green on the day, so 193, very good to see that. My goodness. Okay, so we were seeing finally the potential of life here from ticker symbol VIRI after a little bit of consolidation, right? So let's see. Let's continue on. Let's continue on and see what we're going, right? So, or what we're doing, right? Remember. At some point of the price action, I'm not thinking that it's just yet, but at some point we may actually make a pretty deep a deep correction here to face that SMA 50 to test it as a good area of support because of the golden cross on the daily. Okay, so I don't think that's here just yet because that's too big of a drop, and honestly, it's dropping below an area of serious inflection, and that 141 zone is something that we should not break, especially with a daily candle, as that will introduce a very significant drop, right, you guys? But I don't see that. That's a huge drop from this area right now, and the SMA 50 is not relative to the price action. So I think that we may actually be able to go a couple days more in this consolidation period right here. Maybe we can allow that SMA 50 to reach an even closer target before actually trying to get that test, right? So let me look at the immediate short-term time frames, right? So this is going to be the 30-minute time frame, and I actually am starting to see that momentum is suggesting that upside right now. So notice this. The EMA 3, which is your the yellow line, that is your leading indicator for the stochastic momentum oscillator. Okay, so that is actually what follows. I'm sorry, the SMA 14 follows that EMA 3. We have contracting volatility from critical. That's nice too. Let's go ahead and and a bounce from the SMA 14 on the RSI. Very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the hourly time frame. Here it goes. We have the hourly starting to bleed, right? We're getting that upside on stochastics, and we're also getting a little bit of an upside here on the RSI, which is good. Okay, so if there is a form of resistance in the immediate short-term time frame, which is being suggested by that SMA 14 on the RSI, that could be indicative of finding a resistance right over here at 195, which is the low of this candle here, the opening and closing of both of these candles here, and several other ones that kind of rhyme within that area there, right? So yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. Let me see if we're bleeding into the bi-hourly just yet. In fact, the bi-hourly is starting to get a nice curvature here. So this is in fact that that ebb and flow that we want, right? So it's kind of facing that exact thing that we look for, right? So, I mean, we look for the in this case, it's really, really early, right? So, a lot of the times bulls will be very aggressive and enter here to try to get a nice scalp for the day, right? But this is marking a potential floor for the day. And we'll go ahead and continue looking, right? Because at any moment, anyone can sell off. We don't know that, but we just have to be ready for the probabilities, right? But everything is looking good from the shorter time frames. We're starting to see that cascading effect from momentum starting from the 30 into the hourly, into the bi-hourly. We want to see the bi-hourly bleed into the 4-hour, because when we get into the 4-hour, that would be a nice, sweet spot to kind of look at the potential for the next days ahead, right? As we will get likely a pretty nice upside from that, right? So very, very good stuff here on ticker symbol VIRI even still. Okay, you guys. So I remember there was another ticker that I needed to look at, you guys, and let's see. Let's see thoughts on. Oh man. Okay, we'll go ahead and go back to that. Yeah, it was actually that ticker that I put up just. Not that I put up. It was who was it? It was Frank B. Right. So he actually put up the GT. What was it again? I know that some of you mentioned GTBP. I think it is. Right, so let's go ahead and load up that ticker real quick and see what's going down. And yeah, let's just see what it's got for us, right? So let me go ahead and type it in right over here, GTBP, right? So that's, the biopharma. Okay. All right, so in respects to, we were already talking a play on this. Oh my goodness. Let me see the hourly time frame and see what's going on. Also, let me make this screen just a little bit bigger. Right, and see if we're actually getting okay. But whoa, we got very close to our bottom side. We were looking at a potential drop to around 34.61, and before a bounce, it actually ended up reaching a low of 35. My goodness, that was ever so close. Right, so as it usually happens, guys, I tend to be really sometimes a little overly conservative. Right, not as aggressive as I could be, but sometimes we tend to. It's important to just be comfortable, right? That's the important thing. So first of all, we did meet both of the initial targets, right? So this is one of them that we looked at right around 3608, 3741, of course, and we're currently sitting right at the particular area that I was looking at, right? I was looking at 3654. That's what is marked in neon green, right? So we're definitely within the bounds, guys, here, okay? So GTBP could potentially be loading up before that upside, okay? And this is why I'm saying that. It's just this is kind of typical price action here. In fact, we are building a pennant, right? So if we want to bring a little more attention into the formation thesis, right? Let me just go ahead and get rid of the fibs. We can always draw them back in later, right? So, and also the moving averages. Let's just make it a little less convoluted here and see what's going. Oh my goodness, check out that spread. Wow, 35.50 to 36.14. Very interesting. There, okay, yeah, you can see it right over here too. right? So crazy spread. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to draw that pennant for you so that you can see exactly what I'm seeing, right? So this sometimes you can ignore wicks, right, because of the FOMO, right? In this case, I think I'm seeing this, right? I may actually favor this. And actually maybe even a little bit different. Let me see if it's going to be body to body. Actually, it is. Okay, so this body to this body, it looks like they could be the connectors, right? So now the other side of this would, potentially be this, right? So if that is the case, then on the 4-hour chart, we're at the apex right now. So that could be a breakout zone. I could also see if we're drawing this in a no, that's I feel that this could be it. 37 minutes and 2 seconds left to close that current hourly candle, right? So again, you guys, when we're looking at hourly, 30-minute, 15-minute, these formations have a lesser strike rate. They don't hit as often as they should, right? So just keep that in mind as well. But usually when we form a symmetrical triangle after an uptrend or during an uptrend, that's a very bullish sign. Okay, you guys. So as that's indicative of a potential breakout, specifically to the upside. Okay, so of course this can be played to the downside as well, but since it is after an uptrend or during an uptrend, it is favoring the bulls. Okay, so in this case, we do have. I'm going to be a little bit safer. I'm just going to take the trend line from this point to that point there and apply it to the current or to the next candle, right? If we do get that breakout, it's suggesting a top side of literally this FOMO candle, right? Around 47.80. Okay, there are several other targets that we can look at. We still have resistance right over here in the area that I spoke of over the I don't even know where I spoke of this, right? But we definitely have some resistance at 38.49 to 39.01. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Okay, so the Bled saying Windows is the good idea, is the good side. Sorry, is the good side. Oh, so Mac is the dark side. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and refer to Mac as the dark side. I came back, you guys. I am back from the dark side, and now I am in the light. Man, it's like I've been in dark pools this whole time. Now I'm in the lit market. Good deal here, you guys. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and take a look at a couple other tools right now and see if we have some potentials loading, right? So 4-hour time frame, stochastics are still suggesting a little bit of a downside, but what I'm going to be honest though, what I do like is actually this entire price action here on the 4-hour. We have declining price with declining volume. That usually presents, a potential reversal soon. Right, as it displays a little bit of weakness to the bear side. Okay, so let me see the 30-minute time frame and see if we have anything there. Okay, so no, we still have some downside to look at. In fact, we're at resistance on the RSI 30-minute. But remember, the 30-minute time frames live out really fast. Okay, so bi-hourly time frame, a little bit of consolidation here. We have a little bit of upside. We have to wait for the 30-minute. The 30-minute should be the one to kind of tell us right now. We're still sitting at that very same 36.50, right? And the spread is actually growing further. Check it out. 35.55 to about at the bid, and we have that 36.50 at the ask. Oh my goodness. That is a massive spread, right? I can't even see the beginning and the end of it right here on the book. So just know that you are looking at live market data right now, you guys. This is absolutely what's happening presently, right? So if you want to see the bid and ask spread on whatever ticker we're looking, just look right up here on the left, and that is actually a paid service to TradingView, right? You have to pay additional funds so that you can see live market data as it speaks, literally. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on here. We want to see the broader markets yet again. Here you go, you guys. So look at the SPY actually facing that support that we're talking about, right? Potential drop to that area of about 434.85 to 433.85. This is essentially what we're looking for, right? So we'll see. I know that it's a little bit nerve-wracking here for some positions on the long side, right? But also remember what's kind of been happening, right? We've had huge upsides, and then we've also had huge downsides, right? Upside and then a huge downside, right? So we have to look at these things, guys. And remember, these are bi-daily candles. Okay, so just so you can see how that ebb and flow is real, right? There's a lot of volatility in the markets, guys, and we definitely have to practice risk management when trading them, right? So as we're currently, it looks like even a bullish shift overall, right? So Tesla is green on the day right now at what's that price that it's at? Let me see. I can't even. It's at 260, 289 presently. My goodness, man, that is looking mighty powerful. Okay, so very good for TSLA. TQQQ getting that pullback that we were talking about. Yeah, that could be another potential play to the long side, you guys. But I really do feel that we're going to get that support touch there, and then we could actually face a bounce. We'll see if the bounce is the permanent bounce. If not, then, we have other supports to look at, right? So ticker symbol SONN still sitting at about 78.70, okay, guys? So that's no problem. SOUN still ripping to that upside, right? I want to make sure that we can actually close this hourly candle without these huge wicks to the upside, as they usually present some weakness to the bulls, okay? So that's if that happens, then I guess, we have several areas to look for support, right? Particularly right here. I'm gonna go ahead and draw them in. I'd say 347 to 342 is a very relevant area of support, considering the EMA 7 and 9 sitting within that zone too, right? So, and now aside from that, of course, we have these supports down here. But this thing is still looking mighty powerful. The hourly time frame is now starting to get a very significant pivot to the upside here. Check this out. This is in fact what we're looking at right? And also our hourly RVOL, we are now upside of the moving average. So this is very, very powerful. Okay, you guys. So let's see what's going down on the bi-hourly time frame. Bi-hourly time frame crossing above that 14-day simple, and we're starting to get that curvature on stochastics too. Okay, so I mean this could potentially be loading a pretty nice one here for the coming day. I don't want to say that we're going to beat the top side of today's high of 375. What I do want to say is that we are potentially in that breakout of resistance. And we could be validating that support touch right now before we can continue on the other upside targets that we were looking at, right? So yeah, volatility is actually very, 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 very low right now, right? So and the reason why I'm saying this is right now the spread is actually 355 to 356. Very tight spread right now, indicating low volatility, okay? So just keep your eyes on that as well. So now COSM is still sitting on that 314 target. Literally not moving from there, right? We'll see what's going down with that one. And ticker symbol APE taking a little bit of a breather here. Let's see what FNGR is doing, man. So, okay, these things make me a little nervous, you guys. When we start to see a lot of these wicks to the upside, that usually shows a little bit of weakness coming in for the longs, right? But we do have several areas of support below us, specifically these that I spoke of. Okay, so these are the inflection points of this current trend. Okay, so remember anything. Let's see, closing a 4-hour candle anywhere between that 203 level could present a drop, right? A drop to specifically 180 to about 185, right? So we're not there just yet. In fact, we're several percentages above that. Okay, so I just don't like to see all these wicks. Okay, you guys, we want to see these wicks on the opposite end when we're actually favoring the longs, right? So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. FNGR is still doing its thing, right? SPCE absolutely ripping. And VIRI finding support right now at the bi-hourly EMA 21. We'll see what's going down. Let me actually see what the daily is suggesting, right? Oh, man, this is... I hate this, man. Looking at these wicks, I really hate that, you guys, okay? So, let's see the 12-hour time frame. We're finding support on the 12-hour from the EMA 7 and 9, okay? So it actually may be holding pretty nicely right now, specifically because of the closing of this candle here on Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, if we're finding that, you guys, from the 13th, that's a pretty good support, including this candle right over here, right? But we have specifically the wick low of this candle and the closing of this one here in absolute relevance, right? And we bounced right from that area. Okay, so this is a pretty important area of support. The lower side of that would be 184, but I mean 185. Geez, that's so close already, you guys. So yeah, I mean we'll keep an eye on it, you guys. Still doing its thing, and now 3650 still on that GTBP asset, right, you guys? So let's see what else is going down over here. Let's go back to the broader markets and see that. Okay, check it out. The SPY is presently getting that. Did it touch it? Oh my goodness. Oh, good. Wow. Okay, so there it goes. Let's see. We have a low of presently right now. Let's see, 435.04 is the low. We're looking for 434.85. So that's, oh man, that is absolutely close. Okay, I mean that is ridiculously close to the target that we're talking about. So let's just see how close we are actually. we are 0.05% away from our target. Oh my goodness, man. But yeah, I think that this is the reason why we're getting some reactive bulls right now, right? Because we are approaching that area of support. And it's a very important area of support, but remember, we still have others to look at in the event to where we do start failing this one, okay, you guys? It's no problem. Just know that even if we did fail this and came back down to that 433.85 and also faced a wick to this support area here of 432, it's still okay, right? Because those are just wicks. We literally see this in the markets every single day, okay, you guys? But yeah, it's looking pretty good. 78.44 on ticker symbol SONN, still holding there. My goodness, man, that is teeth grinding. I wish that it could just be solidified right now before we can actually just see that upside, right? So, yeah, here, take a look at it, right? I'm going to switch my screen so you can see it real quick. This is ticker symbol SONN, and we're still within that support, right? The good thing is that we are kind of gapping up from that area that we're talking about, right? Which, I mean, 77.48 was that space that we're talking about. But as long as we are kind of moving upside of that, that'd be a good thing, okay? So remember that I am suggesting a potential consolidation here before we can actually mark our next run to the next upside. Okay, you guys, so it's all good. So anyway, back to the chat over here and see what's going down. So GEGI making moves. Well, let's go ahead and take a look and see what the deal is within that, right? So let me see if I can actually get another one running. So 311 on COSM. Oh my goodness. All right, so that is a GEGI, and that is a Genesis Electronics Group. It is an OTC right now. Oh my goodness, this thing is absolutely making some nice moves. 12-hour time frame on stochastics is actually suggesting a potential pullback, right? If we do get this pullback here, then I'm not sure that it can last for too long because we do have the EMA 7 and 9 right down here at about 2.0 and 3.1. And it looks like we already got one of those supports, right? That was on Friday, actually. So now that we're on Tuesday, maybe. Let's see the time frames. Let's see the 30-minute time frame. And yeah, what we want to see is actually a pullback in the immediate short term. And then we want to start to see the upside on hopefully the buy hourly, right? So let's see the hourly. Okay, so we have an upside there, likely on the buy hourly too. There we go. We have that upside too. Critical volatility. Nice. Okay, the 4-hour time frame. Let's see if it got it yet. Oh, it's very close. It's starting to react to that buy hourly time frame. We have to see if the 4-hour actually makes its pivot on stochastics to the upside, and we also continue on this critical volatility run. Okay, so right now, look at this. The 4-hour time frame is literally where it's at. We have resistance on the SMA 14 here. I'm not sure that resistance can be super strong because because of this. Check it out. The SMA 14 is within that gravitational zone. Okay, so if it's within the gravitational zone of this bullish control zone, then there may be a chance that the 4-hour can actually succeed upside of the SMA 14, thus introducing a potential continuation to the upside where we can face resistance at the very obvious 2 zeros and 4.5, right? So, thanks, guys. Sorry about that. So, I'm telling you, man, the news system right here getting me all kinds of confused, right? So, GEGI, remember, you guys, this is what I'm talking about here, okay? So, this is that support touch that we're getting right from the EMA 7 on top and the 9 on the bottom, right? So this is a very strong. Hold on, guys. Okay, just dogs doing their thing outside. All right. So yeah, we have that very important set of moving averages there. That's good. Okay, and also we're getting the 4-hour golden cross right over here. This is a very good sign. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we are at resistance per the RSI on the 4-hour right down here. So if we are to face that resistance, I'm not sure that it can actually fulfill it. And the reason why I'm saying this, I'm saying we'll let the dogs out. I haven't heard that in forever, man. So if we are going to face this resistance, I'm not sure that it's actually going to be succeeded because of the gravitational zone. Okay, so we are in the gravitational zone of the bullish control zone, so that could introduce a potential succession above that SMA 14, which is absolutely what we want. And if we do get that upside, very likely when we start crossing this, you'll start to see the stochastic momentum starting to curl officially to that upside. That's what we want to see. We want to see the 4-hour time frame reactive to whatever the hourly and the bi-hourly are saying. See the hourly with an aggressive upside, right? We want to see that bi-hourly react to that aggressive upside, which is sort of there. This is essentially what we would want to see the 4-hour do, right? So right over here, it looks like we're already getting that little bit of a kink right down here. When we do that, it's likely, you guys. It's actually very likely. Look at this. MACD still suggesting a potential continuation to the upside, and also on the 4-hour time frame, we have a massive trend at 67, almost 68%. Any time that the ADX dotted white line is at the 30% and up, that is considered to be very strong market trending to whoever is leading the upside. In this case, DMI Plus is leading the upside, which is the bulls, aka green, aka the winners, whatever you want to call it. The bears are actually right below us right now, and we're increasing that strength. Okay, you guys, so this is looking good. I think the 4-hour time frame is the sweet spot to trade this thing. We have to wait for that pivot to the upside, and that would be essential validation for a continuation, right? But we have to face that resistance level. First of all, that resistance level at that 45, let's see, 2 zeros and 4-5. All right, so above that, I can give you the next area of resistance. Okay, so that would be just like this, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and draw it in so that you can see exactly what I'm seeing, right? So let me go ahead and now zoom into that zone, and yeah, this is essentially the resistance I'm looking at per historical price action, right? So yeah, look, oh man, look at this. In my discretion, we actually chose this, right? So you can see that we already got that very touched that upside, and also because of prior historical resistances and supports, we were able to see. I mean, it says 45 up here, right? But my particular thing is also 45. I get it. It's ever so slightly off, but I just want to show you how price action does play an important role, right? So now the next area that we want to look at for resistance would be, let me get the moving averages out of the way. It's a little annoying to see that, right? So I think it could be, I would have to favor this damn candle. Okay, so 50. Yeah, let me go ahead and make the box right over here. So 50, right, just like this. I would say, let me see, to the top side of this wick. It's hard to see it, but there's a wick right in here that is actually that's honestly the target that I'm really kind of focusing in on, which is the opening of this candle back here in about October 22, 2022, right? And the bottom side or the top side of these areas here, and the bottom side of this support area here. So very likely we can actually see a continuation to the upside upon validation of the current candle, right? So that would take us to the space of about 50 to 54, which would, I mean, honestly, let's see. From our current price, that would be an additional 32% to the upside to a top side of about 41%. Damn. Okay, that's a huge gainer. Facing that resistance at that 45 that we're talking about would actually introduce a potential 17.5% gainer on the day. That's pretty huge too. Okay, you guys. So yeah, in relevance to the volatility, in relevance to how the price action is looking, I'm gonna have to stick to those targets there. I can also back it with some fibs too, right? Let's see if the geometrics kind of meet that upside as well. Okay, in fact, they very, very much do. Take a look at the 3-spot 618 located at 0054, and we have the top side of our discretionary channel here at 0054. Also the 3-spot 272 at 0051, we have 0050 on that. Actually, we spoke about 50, not 51, so I drew it at 51 by accident. So, and then also the top side of this 45 that we were looking at, right? It's very close to the 2-spot 272. So the geometrics are actually playing very nicely here. I do suspect that there could be an upper time frame. I want to say maybe what we consider to be a moving average maybe is coming up. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So let's see the 12-hour time frame. I don't know if we've actually crossed every single moving average, already. So let's see. Starting from the 5-day. Okay, so we actually just the 5-day is looking massive. I'd already made a golden cross on the 5-day. Incredible. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and pull up the Gaussian channel here on the top side, right? And the top targets. And let's get rid of these moving averages and also the geometrics. Okay, so take a look at that. We're facing resistance on the 5-day top side of the Gaussian band. If this thing actually does pull back, which could be faced, man, I mean, the target that we were looking for, take a look at this, you guys. I'm talking about the difference of 49 to 50. Okay, so I mean, yeah, we could potentially face that top side here, and then a potential rejection. But I don't know what that rejection could be, as we do have a breakout starting to happen here on the 3-day. This is powerful. Holy crap! Look at what's happened. Look at what's happened when we break outside of that Gaussian mean band, right? Huge upside thrust, and we're barely starting it, right? So take a look at here. Huge breakout upside of the mean band, and then just continues to the upside. Let's see other iterations right here too. Huge pump to the upside after that break after the mean band, right? So another one right over here. Big pump to the upside. Huge pump to the upside right here after the mean band validation. Another one right over here. Man, yeah, it's there could be a positive iteration happening right now within the asset. So remember, this is the 3-day. There is a lot of ebb and flow here. So if I'm saying that if we do pull back and it pulls to 31, that's okay. GEGI could potentially face a pretty nice upside, even if facing that support down there at 0031. But please remember that this is a very, very cheap asset, right? So this presents a huge amount of risk, right? And also, here's something to keep in mind, right? Historically speaking, we're getting up to pretty high numbers here on that RSI, right? We've already touched, let's see, the better part of about 85%. So if we can see what this asset has done as far as the highest iteration ever, that's 93.92%. Right here in September of 2022, okay? So while that is the case, I mean, we're still suggesting a massive amount of strength on the bulls, right? So, I mean, this is still pivoted towards the upside as well. This is a 3-day time frame, guys. This is set to, I think it could actually make a continuation to the upside for a few days here. So this is very powerful. I'm not exactly sure what the hell happened either, right? Why is it even firing off like this? It's literally blasting off. So, let's see. Yeah, oh man, yeah, this is incredible price action, man. This is very, very attractive price action. So anyway, let's go ahead and go back to the well, first of all, let me put up here the broader markets, right, and take a look at the chat, right? So I'm gonna leave this up for you guys just to kind of view right for now, right? Ticker symbol SO and currently sitting at 78.35, right within that 78 cent zone of support that we were talking about, right, you guys? Just in case you are curious over that price action, let's go ahead and take a look at the chat now, you guys. Let's see. So, good morning, Arca. Thoughts on GNUS? Well, let's see what GNUS has to offer for us, right? So this, guys, I'm definitely gonna keep that up because that's a very nice ticker. It could potentially present pretty nice opportunities, knowing the trend, right? Counter trend trading. So let me go ahead and bring up that master layout yet again and see what we have for that ticker, right? Are you talking about? Let me see. What? I think I lost it, man. I lost it. Where are you? Are you talking about GN? So GNUS, right, Phyllis? Let's see. It's not GSUN, right? So a lot of people talk about that ticker too. So GNUS. All right. So that's gonna be, yeah. This is the one that we looked at, right? Did we look at this or no? I'm not even sure that we did. So let's look at the immediate short-term time frame. This is the 3-minute, right? You guys don't judge it on that. In fact, there's a huge upside on the daily, right? So or on the weekly, actually. Damn, the weekly has been ripping to the upside. Huge green candle right now. Oh my goodness. There is a little bit of weakness kind of presenting. So I'm gonna identify that. So let's see if we're getting, okay, so we have down a little bit of downside, more of consolidation on the 30-minute. Let's see the hourly real quick. We have okay, the hourly starting to pivot to the upside. Bi-hourly is getting that upside pivot on stochastics as well. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit, just like that. Okay, so, and now the 4-hour, let's see it. Okay, the 4 hours is still not reactive of the previous time frames. Okay, in fact, we're going to need more of a push from the shorter time frames to get the 4-hour to really show that potential, right? So this makes me feel that we do have some supports coming up. Okay, so the SMA 10, oh my goodness, let me see really close. Okay, so it's in the process of converting the SMA 10 into a resistance. Okay, so if that's the case, let me pull back on the price action. I want to see exactly what it looks like from a little bit of a further view, right? So just like this, I want to know what's happening. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. All right. So, yeah, I was afraid I was going to tell you that the support would be at the EMA 21. at 287, but it looks like it actually is. And the reason why I can say that is for the following. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm kind of envisioning here, right? So oftentimes, you know, when I'm trading just alone, I won't be I won't draw things like this, right? But seeing that I just want you to see what my perspective is, right? So this is kind of what I'm looking at, right? So it could be traded in another time frame, right? In fact, I'm going to leave this like this because that is what I needed. I forgot about the trend line. Okay, just like this. And then this would be the bottom side support. So this is a falling wedge, okay? So this is a very, very strong falling wedge as well. So Control Z, not Command Z. Oh my goodness. So yeah, very likely we are actually trading this formation, right? So yeah, I think this actually could be it. All right, so now the next thing is to look at this in the 8-hour instead, because it's a little too busy on the 4-hour. So let me see the 12-hour too, and also more importantly the daily. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, clean breakout on test number 5. But the 4-hour time frame was the one that we had that retracement back to that wick, so we could actually be trading this on the 4-hour. All right, so there's a potential drop here that we're gonna face. Okay, so let me move the moving averages one more time. The first area of support that I'm looking at is definitely 287, where the EMA 21 is located, and then there is another area of support, and it would be right here between the 277 and the EMA 55 on the 4-hour, which would be in the 270 zone, right? So I don't want to say that it's highly likely, but it's just everything is kind of pitched to the downside. We have the 4-hour RSI is suggesting a downside crossing below the SMA 14. Stochastic momentum, EMA 3 and SMA 14 to the downside. We're decreasing shares traded right now. Volatility is dropping. Let's see. The MACD is already facing a downside as well. And yeah, so those are kind of the reason why I'm seeing that there could potentially be a drop to this area first, right? So yeah, keep your eyes on the target, but there is a massive breakout in play, right? If this thing actually gets that 271 touch, then that would be considered the breakout test of this formation, and then it could actually take off to favor the top side of the first set of bulls, right? So that's going to be this right over here, just like from right here all the way down to this area here, right? So like this, we can actually apply this to the breakout candle, and it's suggesting a top side of about 359. Okay, so this could very well be the pullback that we're getting to reload for some more bulls and then get that upside rip, right, you guys? So I'm really favoring the bears for the time being. It's just for the moment, right, before we can get a rip to the upside. So let's see if we can validate that top side. And I'm going to take the fib levels from this current range, from this high of the range to this low of the range, okay? So as I want to get that entire wave into perspective, okay? So let's just do it like this, right? So from that top side of that wick to the bottom side of that very lowest wick down there, and the top side of the target that we're looking at is actually very close to the 2 fib, right? So that 2 fib landing at 362, we have the price action on that third set of bulls suggesting 358. Now, I can tighten this up even still. Okay, so I could actually look at this low to this high. Okay, so let me do that. Let's see if something else lines up a little better by changing our method here. Okay, so here he goes. Check it out. Check it out. There's the drop that we're looking for. We're waiting for that drop at that 287, I think we said, right? Price action is suggesting that right now. Okay, so let's see. And it would be a very nice bounce from the 2 spot 272, but I don't think that could be it, guys. The drop that we can see could be to the 1 spot 618 at 271, and we were already saying 270. Okay, so that's geometrics telling us it's looking okay. Okay, I'm not sure that this can be the official bounce here, but just know that this could be the validation process for the breakout out of this triangle. Keep an eye on that, okay, you guys? So this is actually very good that we're all looking at it together right now. because oftentimes these supports tend to play out pretty nicely, right? So there we go. I'm not gonna lie, the Windows platform is very similar, but it has a lot of differences within the buttons, right? I have to remember several things, right? So it's been years. It's been like 12 years since I've been on Windows. It's very interesting. Behind my monitors, I have all these blinking lights everywhere. It's like I have to get this thing out of like the rainbow mode. I didn't actually get to fix all that lighting stuff back there. As that was my least. That was the least of my worries, right? But yeah, you guys, we're getting very close to the target that we looked at. Remember, we were sitting at about $2.90 or $3 even, right? So this thing actually dropped all the way to $2.90. So, I mean, this is typically what happens, guys. It's just part of the play, right? So yeah, keep your eyes on this. If I were to personally long the market here, I'm talking about in the trading, paper trading, right? We want to keep retail safe. Yeah, I would... my scaling in would actually start at about maybe 25% allowance. So 25% portfolio at 287, and it's approaching it. Man, it's really knocking at that door. So this would be my area to long the first 25% of entry, and this would be the areas where I would start going in a little more aggressive, right? So with a very tight stop, by the way, because if we move the moving averages out of the way, you can see that this zone here, this candle here, would be the invalidation zone before facing a pretty nice downside. Actually, it would go all the way back down to this next inflection zone of 262. Okay, so yeah, I would just say a tight stop. Let me see what percentage that would be actually. So below that zone of about 270, yeah, my stop would probably be no more than 3.63%. In the event to where the price action does decide to go to this wick here, we'll set it just a little bit lower to not get caught on that ebb and flow, and then this thing could actually bounce to the upside. Check out the price action at 288, approaching our 287 target that we spoke of, right? Very nice, very nice. Yeah, you guys, this thing is literally playing the play as it should be played. Okay, you guys, so I love it, I love it, I love it. What's up, Lockup? Happy Taco Tuesday to us, man. So anyway, let's see. Let's go back here to the chat, right? Let's see. What's up, Bad R, man? What's Arca? Since you have also been in the an AMC victim, just like me and many, don't you? Let's see. Swing traded on days like this, averaging down, rinse and repeat. Seems like 450 could be a nice day trade. So, to answer your question, I have made my first ever average down on Ape. And it would be my first ever average on AMC or Ape since 2 years ago. I don't swing trade it because I'm not looking for revenge on it. Right? So I don't, and I also don't trade it because it's not an asset I trade. It's not an asset I trust. Right? So, and trust is a very, very, take that with a grain of salt. Right? Not a problem, Phyllis. Got you. I'm happy to help. Right, so take it with a grain of salt. What I mean by trust is just I learned from this ticker not to do that again, right? So from here, now that I saw that this thing is actually going to face a potential upside because there's all that news of RS and we don't know when the date is, that's usually when the asset starts to run. So I spoke to someone on the last live stream and I said that I was going to start bringing down my average, which is literally higher than the all-time high of this. The all-time high of this thing is actually 10-something, 1089, I think it is. And my average is $16.70 because of what happened 2 years ago, right? So I entered the market with about $100 already to average down. That brought it down $6. So now I'm at the all-time high. So just so you can see how ridiculous that is, right? And these were the targets that I said I would long and that I would not buy unless it met these targets here. So it's already met one, right? And already met two, totaling $100. I have another few $100 to come in down here at the EMA 21 on the 12-hour chart. Okay, so I already saw these potentials coming, right? So this is why I'm going to do it. I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of Ape and I'm going to get out of AMC because I'm going to start trading the micro E-mini futures of the S&P 500. I want to go ahead and collect all of these weird little accounts and I'm going to gather them and put them all into the account that's going to actually trade futures. So as I don't have a $25,000 trading account, I'm also limited to 3 times a week, right? So I can't do that, guys. I can't do that. The way I trade, I need to make sure that I can have several several potentials for ins and outs, right? So before we can obviously consider things to be over trading, right? But yeah, I understand you. I understand you completely, but no, I play other plays that I'm able to see clear upsides and clear downsides without there being a psychological impairment. So any news that we get on APE and AMC can either lead to an extreme rip to the upside or an extreme dip to the downside. That is that type of volatility from FOMO and from fear. I'm talking about real panic buying and selling. I try to eliminate myself from trading those assets because that's, I mean, it's a group thing there. You know what I mean? So if you start looking at more small caps, mid caps, even the blue chips and the ETFs, then you'll start to see that the markets tend to follow the rules the way they should be. Right, because there's oftentimes in the ETF, especially in the ETF, right? We're not waiting for a squeeze there. Nobody's waiting for anything other than us continuing to go to the upside based on a macro economic catalyst like the Fed, potentially starting a pivot now. So those are the things that I actually trained myself to trade after I learned what happened with AMC and APE, right? So I'm still holding it. I'm still there, but I'm going to strategically start to exit this position now. So I'm gonna try to minimize my gap of the my gap of the total resistance that I have as the cost basis, right? Versus wherever that price action can potentially lead to. But I am gonna liquidate that and then start actually making some money out of that. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue here on the chat, right? So let's see. So that's Rosie Gary Glass says NVOS. What is going down with NVOS? Let's go ahead and see. All right, so man, still holding that area there. I'm still going to keep that one right there. And nice, we're actually getting that bounce from GNUS from that zone that we looked at 287, right? But please don't trust this. Don't trust this just yet, right? We could face a resistance from the top side of about 299, maybe even 297, right? And then we could actually face a potential drop again, and then we could reaccumulate for the upside. Okay, you guys. So anyway, I just need to give a quick shout out here to Stig Vicious. Stig Vicious, my battle. Thank you so much for giving me that donation, my friend. You really don't have to. Thank you. My family appreciates it, right? My kids appreciate it. My wife appreciates it, and I appreciate you, my brother. Much love to you, and much love to you and your family. All right, so let's go ahead and pick it up with NVOS, right? So let's see what's up. Ticker symbol NVOS. I know lots of people were looking at this one, right? Okay, so what you're looking at here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the book here. Oh, man, I need another sip of water. I don't know how my voice just got like this. It's ridiculous, right? So anyway, you guys, what you're looking at here is actually one of the plays that I put up on the Discord for the members. So what I was actually saying here is that, we would potentially face this drop to around these zones here. This would be my target here. That's why it says Arca's range right there, right? So this was essentially my target to get long the market, right? This is literally the candle that kind of faced it. It eventually shook everyone out, right? But the upside that you got from this zone here actually was a huge gainer. It was a massive gainer to that upside. In fact, it went all the way up to our target. Let's see. Yeah, it eventually reached the top side of about 1502. Of course, it went to 1526, but this is essentially the target that we were looking at, right? So this was a quick in and out, my goodness. And then right now, you guys, it's actually facing the resistances right from those targets that we were looking at, right? Take a look at this. It's very, very precise to the zones that we were talking about. So currently sitting at 1490, right? Let's see what momentum has to say about this. Okay, so oh man, very, very nice. This is very likely to continue on to the upside, and this is also what we were talking about as a potential breakout from this triangle, which was this was what I was suggesting, like from 13 cents, right, from down there, 1287, sorry. That we would be breaking out from this triangle here to eventually meet some pretty nice upside targets, okay? But first of all, we need to make sure that we can validate the current area as a support. This is a huge breakout, okay, you guys? We want to get that support touch down here before we can continue on to the upside. But NVOS is showing strength on the 4-hour that should be already bleeding into the 6 to the 12-hour. So let's go ahead and see. 6-hour time frame, huge upside pivot in the bullish control zone and increasing volatility. Okay, so massive upside on the MACD as well. Let's see the upper time frames. 8-hour time frame. We should look at that huge upside on the 8-hour. We're increasing volatility right now. Look at the RSI just with a very, very convincing upside pivot. MACD as well. And as we start approaching the upper time frames, look at the ADX sitting at just about 24%. That is about to reach the minimum of 25%, which would be trending markets. And look at the DMI Plus suggesting that massive upside. Okay, you guys, this is looking very promising. And this was essentially the time frame where I said that it would be bleeding into, right? 12-hour time frame, getting this massive upside on the stochastics. We have critical volatility and an upside pivot on literally every momentum indicator too. So yeah, you guys, this is highly likely to meet some further targets to the upside. And if I can say anything, is that in the during the week, maybe into let me see. Why can't I hold on just a sec? I can't see the there we go, the taskbar. So it's 6:20, right? So Thursday or Friday, we could be testing the zones of about, I would say, upwards of 16 cents. So this, I mean, it looks very likely. And into maybe next week, there is a strong potential here that we can test the zones between the 3-spot 272 and the 3-spot 618, very close to 18 cents. Okay, you guys. So we're gonna have to just keep an eye on this. But this is essentially what I was expecting, right? So it is playing out that breakout play pretty nicely. Okay, you guys, but know that at some point it's going to have to retrace back to validate the newly converted resistance, which is the top side of the triangle, into support before that upside continuation, right? So, yeah, it's literally just like GNUS playing that same breakout play. All right, you guys, which actually now I just want to see the broader markets real quick. We're still getting that support on the SPY that we talked about, right down here. And let's see, NDX is also finding some support up there. We're just gonna have to find out what it is. But yeah, it's as long as we are maintaining this high, guys, this is great. Remember, 4 hours and 55 minutes to close the buy daily here, so this is absolutely important. And in fact, the monthly should close in about 10 days as well. Oof. We're getting close to some macro shifts here, okay, you guys? So we have to keep an eye on price action, all right? So anyway, let me get a sip of water here because my voice is still doing that weird thing. I hate it when my voice gets like this. I can't go as low as I usually do, and I feel like I'm whining. Very good deal, guys. Okay. I hate it. At which one is it, my brother? Let's see. Hold on just a sec, guys. Let me what do you think about SPIR? We'll go ahead and get into that one as well. Okay, I know that yeah, let me just kind of put that in there, right? So Spire. And then hold on just a sec. Snowdrifter saying RCRT looking interesting on the 4-hour. Yes, we have to look at that one too. Damn it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that one in there as well. We'll take a look at SR as well. You said RCRT, right? So RCRT, I think this could be the bounce area, right? This could be yeah, check it out. This is what we were talking about, man. We were talking about getting that bottom side support right down here, 23.23 to about 24.22. It's getting that. So hold on just a sec. Let me continue on the thing here. Let's see. NVOS reportedly has enough cash, which alone gives it a 75 cent per share value. Nice. Very nice. Stick Vicious, have you seen a peek of Moni? Yeah, let's go ahead and put that one in there too, right? Let's go ahead and just load that master layout and put ticker symbol MONI. Man, these guys, the system is running pretty freaking fluid. It's running pretty nicely. I don't know how it looks on your side. I don't know if it's smooth, the screen, right? I know that I just put a layout of about a 1080p right there for yours, right? But it's just to scale down the 1440p, just so you can see the width of the 1440, but with the resolution of a 1080, right? Just so we can get the stream to favor internet right now. So anyway, let's go ahead and see ticker symbol MONI as well. Battle. We'll take a look at that. Says the war goes. Would love your insight on COSM, so I can take some notes. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and look at that one too, right? I'll put it in the master layout. So Let's see. So, in fact, I'm going to be releasing a video on COSM tonight. I know there's a lot of people holding on that, so I'm going to try my best to help them out. Currently sitting at 311. Okay, so anyway, chat, let's go ahead and go right back to the first one that we're looking at, right? So this is going to be ticker symbol SR. Let's see what it's doing, right? So, okay, there could be a very interesting reaccumulation right now, and it looks particular to a channel. And this one actually does look like a channel, and I will show you why. Okay, so yeah, let me do it like this, right? So I'm sorry, sometimes I just tend to kind of like blank out just a little bit because I want to make sure that I am looking at what I think I'm looking at without freaking what is it called? Oh wow, that's why it bounced. Holy crap. Without forcing the formation, right? We never want to force the formation. We want to make sure that it's dead obvious, right? So just like this, oof, it's playing the rules pretty nicely, actually. We're looking at test number 1, 2, and 3. Of course, after test number 3, we get that capitulation event and reaccumulation down here for a potential continuation to the upside. So if we're doing 1, 2, 3, okay, so 4. Oof, okay, so yeah, this can play. This is catching it at a pretty nice bottom right now. Okay, you guys, let me see what's going on. 12-hour moving way upside of the moving average in volume. This is already kind of moving faster than other days. In fact, we're increasing. We're increasing in volume here. So let's see the shorter time frames. I want to see what the 30-minute is saying. Okay, 30-minute is already giving us a very convincing upside on the stochastics. Let's see the hourly bleed. All right, yeah, we got the bleed into the hourly, and very likely the bi-hourly starting to get it. Let me see. All right, yeah, we're starting to get it on the bi-hourly too. I'm wondering if the 4-hour has it. Let's see. Hopefully, yes. Ooh, very, very close, and it's actually contracting right now. Okay, so yeah, that very likely found the bottom. The 62 area could very likely be that bottom side. Okay, so thank you, Rosie Gray Glasses. Very happy to know that the picture looks good. I'm happy about that because, damn it, there's a crazy video card in this thing. It's a, what is it again? The GeForce RTX 2080. I don't know if it's the Founders or something, but it's a pretty pricey one, man. This was a very interesting donation, as it's literally one of the fastest computers I've ever touched. One of them, right? As of late, I have been feeling some pretty fast ones, specifically my laptop. So anyway, let's go ahead and continue here. So now the 4-hour, if we're getting that upside on the 4-hour, that means that now the upper time frames are going to start bleeding. So meaning that we're going to see a couple days of green here. Okay, so if we are going to see green, what can actually be faced as resistance? Well, first of all, let's see if the 6-hour has resistance. Okay, so no, we're crossing above the SMA 14. Very bullish. We're minimizing bear pressure on the MACD as well. Okay, so let me see the 8-hour resistance. Okay, that's kind of far away from us. So let me pull up some moving averages and see what that can be. All right, so yeah, it would possibly be around 64.94 where we can face resistance in respects to the 8-hour. Okay, so if that happens, we would face a quick correction to the space of about 64.28 to 63.79 before a continuation to the upside. Okay, so that's a very good thing, and I think this is actually starting to load to make its final reversal here, because this is we're talking about a formation that started in February, literally the first day of February of this year, right? And it's now starting to find that potential bottom. We're approaching the fourth and true breakout test, right? So that would be a good thing. All right, so let's continue on here. Let me see the 12-hour. All right, so the 12-hour is actually getting an upside too from critical volatility. Man, this is showing a lot of power. Okay, so in fact, I wouldn't doubt to see this at the end of the week or beginning of next week at around 67.40. Yeah, this is suggesting some pretty interesting price action coming in, right? So, and let me see what it's. Let me see how this is. Wow, the market cap. Damn, that is a 3.34 billion with a very small float of 51 million. So could there be that much demand for this? That is incredible. Holy crap. All right, so yeah, this thing is actually, I mean, a $63 asset moving up to that zone that I spoke of, that is no joke. Okay, a move of about 6% to the upside is enormous for this type of asset, right? That is very big. And let's see, what was the 10-day average volume is around 380,000, which is very small, right? Let's see what's happening right now. 42,000 on the day. Yesterday, Friday was 611, 526, 980. Okay, volatility is starting to increase in this. Okay, yeah, that's literally what we were seeing on all the time frames. So, yeah, I would keep a very close eye on this, as this potentially was the get long zone, right? Specifically, the target of about 63.01 to around 63.41. So it's right at that long zone, right? So I think, I think this could face a pretty nice upside coming in. The only thing is that it's a slow mover, so at any point this can actually get stuck on low volume, right? But the upside is present. That's it. That's just really all I can say. So yeah, I mean, good job calling this one out. I wish you luck on it, right? But I would express some caution here because it is a slower mover. Okay, so keep your eyes on it. And I'm not sure if there's news being released right now, but yeah, it's just about 6 days ago. So Safe Pop Culture saying, amazing stream, loving every second. My brother, thank you so much for stopping by, reacting over here. Love you guys. If you haven't done so already, please consider hitting the like button, as it is a pretty nice ratio, right, so far. I noticed that there was a huge decline in the live participants, right, because we stopped the live streaming at night. But we're going to rebuild it up, you guys, and we're going to be back to our numbers as per usual, right? So anyway, RCRT, let's see what's going on, man. Sitting at about that 26-cent zone after getting the bounce that we were looking for right in this area. Very nice. Okay, that's what we wanted to see. And the reason why is because of this. It's a right angle triangle, right? So yeah, this could very well be the zone that we can get for a potential breakout. 4 hours, 45 minutes or 46 minutes still to close this 12-hour iteration. Still looking good, you guys. I'm still keeping an eye on it as well. I am actually long this ticker, right? I'm literally, I think I'm break even right now. So yeah. We're going to go ahead and keep an eye on it, you guys. Let's see what MONI is doing now. Okay, you guys. Okay. Oh, very interesting. Oh, damn, I see it. Okay. Let me see it on the daily. This is a potential ascending triangle, and I think it actually is. Okay, so let me just go ahead and draw it, right? So from this area here, we're gonna draw a trend line just like that, and then one more from this zone here, which is just I don't really like it. I think it's gonna have to be this, right? And do we have? Oh man, we're already at the inflection zone. Okay, there's a little bit of danger happening here. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying danger is because I know that this thing has been succeeding the upside of the triangle, and also it has been failing it too. So succeed, fail, success, fail, right? So in this particular area, this is a little dangerous because we can move up to make this a resistance and then suggest a continuation to the downside. If we're going to face that continuation to the downside, there are 3 targets that we need to look at, right? So actually 2, sorry. In this case, the apex is already met, right? So in this case, we would take the center of the triangle, a trend line, right, from the top side to the bottom side, apply it to that breakout candle, which could arguably be the one that we're on. Takes us to a target of about 26, right? So if that's the case, then we have to look at the second target, right? So that's going to be this right over here. From the top side of the triangle to the very bottom side, right? And then we apply it to that area of breakout again. Let's just make sure that we can actually get it a little lower, right? Just like this. Guys, sorry guys, it's just my OCD going nuts, right? There we go. Okay, so that is suggesting about 24.2, right? So if we get that 242 down there, that could be a very nice area to bounce from. As I see, it could be a range actually, in respects to a gap, right? So this gap is the one that I'm speaking of, just like this here. Okay, 232 to about 242. And now let's validate it with some fibs, right? Inverse fibs. We'll take it from the bottom side of this range here to the top side of the range. Okay, so let's see. Just like this right over here, and we'll take it to that top side just like that. Go ahead and notice that the 240 zone that we're speaking of around 242, is meeting the 2-spot 272 and the 2-spot 618, 230, and we're looking at 232. Naturally, it's favoring the downside in that way, and now this as well. The first target from the center of the triangle is very close to the 1.618. So that gives us a support range, just like this, okay? So let me go ahead and draw it in like that, right? You want to keep an eye on this support level, okay? So the only reason I'm saying that is because we're starting to get some downside pivots on stochastics on the daily. We have a very significant drop on the RSI on the daily as well. We're starting to print the first red bar on the MACD, right? You can see just how all of this plays, right? Just with price action, right? So I don't always use all these tools, but just in case there's someone in the crowd that does, that's why I have them loaded, right? So we tend to look at all these things, guys. It's okay. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and just consider the downside here for a bit. And the average volume, this is a very slow mover again, you guys. Ticker symbol MONI is very much moving super slow. I'm talking about a 10-day average of 19,000 shares traded. So that is incredibly low, okay? So that's not to say that they're not going to pull out some crazy catalyst or something, because usually after this failure of these triangles, a pretty substantial upside is to continue it, or is to be looked at it right after this capitulation. That's usually what happens, guys. So we'll take a look for that. So Modi, looking for my exit. Let's see, I'm currently up 34%. So yeah, Battle, I think I would personally take it, right? Because let me see. Hold on. Let me see the 30 minute. 30 minute is actually starting the curve, losing a little bit of strength. Hold on. Let me see the hourly, especially the bi-hourly. All of these are starting to curve a little bit, man. They're starting to show a little bit of weakness. So is the 4 hour. Let's see the 6 hour. The 6 hour as well. They don't have upside pivots. In fact, they're downside. Yeah, I would already start to look to get out. As the price action is likely to start a downside from here. I mean, it may do like little weird zigzags, but I can see the trend starting to favor the bears. Okay, so I would be very careful with this from where we are presently right now. Okay, so in my personal strategy, I would have already been out. This is going to capitulate a bit further. And I mean, anything I say here can also be invalidated with any good news catalyst or something. So they say we're partnering with Tesla right here, and then bam, all the way to the upside, 1,500%. And then I told you to sell it. Then Arca sucks, right? So how was I ever to know what was going on there, right? So, oh my goodness. Anyway, so let's go ahead and continue on right over here and see what's going on with COSM, right? So. Let's see. So COSM, guys, is sitting, man, it's like not moving beneath or above what's the low of this 12 hour, right? Yeah, it's 310 to 312 is facing this consolidation. Terrible consolidation. You can actually see it in momentum versus volatility as well. Take a look at this. It's almost flatlining down here. I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of this, right? So it's just going to be another just quiet period or something, right? But we have to keep an eye on things like this, guys, because oftentimes, they can lead to a further capitulation to find some type of support before a bounce to the upside, right? But in this case, we're sitting in a similar zone that I spoke to Stick Vicious about, right? I told him that around 312, 311 could be that area that we find for a support before a continuation onto the upside. We're currently there. And I mean, if I'm going to be honest, this is also good that we're having some volume above the moving average, which is great. That usually signals longs to get, long the asset. So at this point, it is kind of a waiting period to see if we're going to have some day traders come in. As soon as the day traders jump in, you guys, that's when things can get real, right? So even, the book is just, okay, well, there's a little bit of volatility coming in. That's not bad. The spread is actually growing just ever so slightly, 312 to 318. That's nice. Okay, we have that ask at 318. Let's see if we can actually face that 318 top. The 318 top just so happens to be the opening of this 12-hour candle. So, man. Some more waiting for ticker symbol COSM. Okay, so let me see the moving averages too. The moving averages, the EMA 9 or the 7, is located right at 322, which is very close to the 318 that we're looking for, right, you guys? So that's another high potential, right? So, and guys, take a look at this. Ticker symbol SONN is actually starting to Let me go ahead and switch it off like this. It's actually starting to fail that support touch. Okay, so if this closes that 4-hour candle in 38 minutes below the area of 77.48, then yes, we're going to have to start looking at some potential short-term bounces, as we can likely see one right down here at 67.93 before finding the resistance from this current low, 72.94, and then succeeding the downside to see which one of these targets can actually be looked at, right? The EMA 55 is located right around 61.47, SMA 50 at around 59.5, and then we have the targets that I was looking at for reaccumulation, 57.48 to 55.07. Okay, so keep an eye on those targets there, as this can actually it may actually try to reach those targets there, but I have to be very honest here, okay? This is an inflection zone and an also called an invalidation zone, okay? So failing this right here, you guys, will break the market structure entirely, okay? So it would break the market structure of the higher highs, higher lows thing, and then this would essentially start to capitulate below the target of 52.54, which is essentially the area we don't want to close. Okay, any 4-hour candle below, I'm going to adjust it. Any 4-hour candle closing below 52.54, watch out. Price action likely to continue to the downside right there. Okay, you guys, so watch out with ticker symbol SONN in that respect. Okay, so let's go back to the other screen and take a look at our broader markets yet again. And yeah, I mean, take a look at this, you guys. The broader markets are still finding the support that we were talking about in the SPY, right? So I'm not sure that we're going to stay there. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But at this point, since it's, what time is it? It's about 8:23 a.m. I think that we could actually start seeing a potential recovery from the broader market starting at about maybe the space between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m., right? So right around there, we may start getting our pull to the upside. So I would really like to see that, because remember, we're going to say it again, buy daily closure happening, and it's a potential bearish engulfing, right, in 4 hours and 36 minutes. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is right around, I would say in 2 hours we can start getting a retracement. So be very careful. Okay, so hello Arca, and thank you one for your COSM guys. Rocket Lock, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate you so much. And Stick Vicious, congratulations on the 34% run on ticker symbol MONI. I love it. Good deal, my dude. Okay, so, and also, guys, remember that the NDX is getting a very, very important cross to the upside right now. You can actually see it right over here. We're getting a golden cross on the buy daily. That is very powerful. Okay, you guys, so that's the indications, the very small indications of a bull market being introduced. Okay, and the reason why I can say this is because the first golden cross to happen to give us that idea that we could be in a bull market is actually on the daily time frame. Daily time frame, we already got that golden cross. And now the buy daily is getting it. That means we're starting to cascade into the upper time frames. Take a look at the RSI right over here, just suggesting an ever so slight downside. So we could be at a floor. All right, on the NDX, this is the reason why we're consolidating, right? We could potentially find that support just like we did here, just shy of the support of the SMA 14, just like we did right here, right? We could start a reverse here soon. All right, so keep an eye on this, guys. Keep an eye on your assets. Definitely don't give back whatever you've gained thus far. Okay, you guys. So let me just zoom out of this one more time here, and I also want to see a couple other things. Okay, let me see what SOUN is doing. Look at that, you guys. Man, wow, oh wow. Okay, so yeah. I released a video on this, guys, suggesting that potential upside. We're already breaking market structure, hitting 375, broke a lot of things. Okay, so remember that I'm still looking for the top sides here. If you're curious to see the top side targets that I'm looking for SOUN, here they are. Okay, so just like this. These are the targets that I'm looking at if you would like to take a screenshot of that, right? So that's essentially what I'm looking for, you guys. And I see it as a pretty high probability, and I'm not saying that we're gonna go there. Remember, I'm not ever saying that we're going to go there. There's no certainties in the market. Look at that order book, man, just favoring the bulls. Absolute bull control. This is very nice. Okay, you guys. So yeah, I'm not saying that we're gonna go there. I'm just saying that these are higher probability targets that we can face based on a breakout strategy. Right, so this is breaking out of an ascending triangle, which is a continuation formation, and it has 3 targets to look at, right? So these are the ones right here. Keep an eye on those targets, guys. It's looking not bad, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and go back to a few other ones right over here. Check it out. We have that top side already met on the buy daily, right, of ticker symbol GEGI. So 12 hour. Yeah, we got it today. We got it right where we talked about, right? So that top side of about 2 zeros and 43 to 2 zeros and 45 already starting to look pretty nice. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and look at Ape. Ape is at 174, still holding his top. What is FNGR doing? Oh, man, look at that. Look at that. We got them both, guys. These were our targets. And it literally reached down there to 203. In fact, the bottom side was 202. We were suggesting 203, right? So actually, I do see the mistake. Man, this is revising your charts, you guys. Look at this. This is the wick that I was supposed to be at. I was supposed to be like this. Just like that, right? But no. And remember, guys, I just did it real quick. So no excuses here. Stop talking, Arca. You suck. So anyway, you guys, yeah, very nice support touch right here to get long the market, right? So again, FNGR is one of those tickers, man. Is one of those tickers. Lots of shorts, lots of manipulation, and lots of criminal activity, right? So Rocket Lock saying, everybody, please do not forget to put a like on that stream, right? Thank you guys so much. Thank you very much, everybody, for stopping by, saying hello, participating in here, right? We just want to make sure that we're safe in the markets. Ticker symbol SPCE. Last time we saw it was at 531. It is at 552, suggesting that upside continuation even still. Man, oh man, this is very good stuff, right? So it's actually approaching. Apparently, it's approaching good news, right? So Indra was very kind enough to show us that, right? So, my brother, I'm actually forgetting. Did I actually look at ticker symbol? What was it that you asked me for? I know somebody was asking me for that. Where was it? I think it was this one. I hope that was the right ticker, right? I can't find it in the chat. Whatever. But hopefully if you're still there and I haven't covered your ticker, let me know. Right? So yeah, anyway, you guys, let me go back to SPCE. I know that there was some good news coming out on this, but it shows that there's already, let's see, missing Titanic sub underscores risks to Virgin Galactic and Frontier Travel. And that's bullish. Okay, Virgin Galactic stock continues to rally, boosted on plans for first commercial flight. There you go. That's what it is. Okay, so yeah, the first commercial flight is likely why we're getting this massive upside. So this is very, very good. Okay, so yeah, let's go back to SONN real quick and see what's going on. No problem. Let's switch over the screen and see what's good in the hood. Okay, so yeah, we're breaking that zone that we talked about at 77.48. Remember that there are still several targets to look at here. Okay, particularly here. I'd say around 66.84, we could find a temporary bounce, maybe even from the area of about 64.68, right? We can face a bounce to face this bottom side, 72.96 as resistance, and then come back down to find support from that EMA 55 or our inflection zone. Okay, but please remember that if we close a 4-hour candle beneath this candle here, I'm going to point at it, right? So. Now we're all on the right page. This one right over here, right? So if we get a low closing candle beneath 52.38, then that can introduce some pretty serious downsides. Okay, that would be the invalidation zone for this upside. Man, still with that voice, I hate it so much. Man, I can't wait for it not to be there. I hate it when it gets like that, you guys. Anyway, so let's go back to the other chart and take a look at the broader markets and see what's going down. So yeah, Saad, I got you, man. I got you. No problem there, man. So let's go back to the broader markets and see what's happening. You guys, we're still consolidating, man. We're still holding those supports. As we said, that it's very likely that we're finding that, right? TQQQ right at that support level right now. So 40.09 could be, or the low of this candle here, which is let's see, 39.60. That very well could have been the floor for the buy daily here. So we really need to get let's see. Yeah, man. Which one was it, man? We really need to get this thing out of here, man. We need to get the SPY to move upside of this target here. 436.94. We need to get upside of that, because this would be a bearish engulfing and price action can lead to a further downside. This is the target. These are the targets, sorry. Just like this, right? 429.72 to 425.91. So that's that could be the zone if we start to fail candles beneath this zone here. Okay, so watch out. All right, you guys. I mean, it's not looking bad whatsoever. In fact, I just see it as a temporary downside before facing that actual support, and then a continuation to the upside because the markets don't have any reason to be bearish right now. I'm not sure if there's anything negative coming up. In fact, we just got, the pause on the rate hikes. I don't know what else we're looking for, but everything's looking good thus far. Okay, you guys. So, anyway, let's look at our CRT, right? Still at 25.76, right around that same zone that we were looking at. It's trying to break out of this triangle. Okay, so we'll go ahead and keep an eye on that as well, right? So 314 on COSM bouncing. I mean, right. So remember we were talking about 312? The top side of this is, remember, 318. Okay, so I guess it would be 310 to 318. That's our current range. So we have to just continue seeing, guys. And now SONN is actually starting to make that move. That potential move to the downside, right? Here we go, you guys. We may face a support touch right down here. I would say between the space of about 66.91 and let me draw it in like this, right? I meant 66.91, right? But it's okay. It can still be this too, right? So 66.76 to 64.81 could be a temporary support bounce, right? We're going to have moving averages above us. So that can be a zone that we can face some resistance. Okay, you guys, hold on just a sec. My wife is actually here. I'm going to say goodbye to her. She's going to work. Hold on, guys. Go ahead and enjoy some tunes while I say goodbye to my wife. Just a moment, guys. I am back, team. Thank you so much for chilling out right here. Just needed to say goodbye to the wife. She is off to work. Actually, oh no, she's not. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. We may be getting a newer car for her, right? So hopefully it's a good day today. So she's gonna go out there and check some things out, and I'll let you know how that goes. All right, you guys. So, as the grandparents here, they're trying to give their very, very favored daughter a nice gift. And I happen to be very thankful for that. Okay, you guys. So, anyway, let's go ahead and refer back to the markets here. SONN starting to continue that drop, right? So please remember that we're going to face that downside there. I'm really looking at 66.76 to 64.81. Okay, you guys, keep an eye on that target. It's gonna Lambo for Miss Arca. Oh my goodness, man. She would she like that? Would she like the Lambo truck? That the SUV? I don't know, but she might actually. She doesn't go for cars that look too much like mean. Like she says, nah, that's too boyish. That's a little too masculine or whatever. You know, she's very conscious over those things. So good vibes saying, hi, Arca. Could you look at GT? Are you talking about GTII? Of course. I actually was supposed to release a video just yesterday, but I could not. I could not release it. Why? Because the system that you are hearing me talk through right now is entirely a whole new system. The last live stream that we did, which was on, I think it was on, what was it, Friday? Yeah, it kind of went out. But it's all good, you guys. We have very nice people in our lives. So let's see, ticker symbol, what was it? GTII, right? So let's load that up and see what's going down, right? So here it is, Global Tech. And man, there is that target that we were talking about a few weeks ago, right? 70 cents. Dead on the money. My goodness. I'm like a little bit I'm in awe right now because it actually touched it. Man, that is shocking, man. That is absolute low. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little quiet because I feel for retail. You know, that really sucks. That's not what I want to see. You know, I obviously don't want to see this, you guys. You know what I mean? So it's at an inflection point right now. And to be very honest, I expressed some concern over the 70.63, which were slightly below. And the area of about, let me see if I can actually favor that wick low. Yeah, man, it would be there. Okay, failing 59.87 will introduce 45. Okay, so I'm not saying we're going down there. I'm just saying that this is the new zone that we have as an inflection zone. Okay, this is very important here, very important. Okay, but to be very clear with you, the 45 cent zone to 43.45, that's the next area of inflection, and that one is a dangerous one. Okay, so I'm going to draw it in just like this so that we know. Okay, it's not saying that we're going there. I'm just saying that we have to keep an eye on our targets in case there is some type of something to look into, right? So first of all, we already met the, my goodness, come on. Let me get rid of these real quick and this one here. First of all, we already met the downside target that we were looking for per the second set of bears, right? Per the triangle. This is a bearish formation. Okay, this is why we were able to see this downside coming in, right? So we broke out of the triangle, broke down out of the triangle, right? And then we actually tested the resistance and then continued to the downside. Here's the first target, right? Very much within this area here. And the second target is just so happens to lead to 45.50, and that's a trend line from here to here. Okay, I want you to be very careful with what's happening here, okay, you guys, because this is I didn't know we were actually going to touch it, but I did speak about this a couple months ago, right? That potential 70 cent bottom, right? But it does have a sorry guys, sorry. That's a SONN, sorry. So yeah, this is the triangle that I'm speaking of, okay? Remember, the bears set number 1, or 2 actually, was set to this target here, right? So we met that very nicely. Upon getting the breakdown from that zone there, which is something that's happening right now, this would be the area to look at right now. This is a very important zone of inflection, okay? 59.87 to 70.63, okay? So, yeah, got it, guys. Thank you so much. I apologize about that. Thank you. So anyway, yeah, so this is the zone that if we face a daily closure beneath this 59.87, then we can look at these bottom sides here. Okay, that would be particular to the low end of you know what, it's not 46, it's actually the 45 cent zone, right? 45.78. So 45.78 to 43.02 in the event where we close a daily time frame below this, okay? But the only reason I'm saying that's a target is because of the third set of bears. This is that trend line, right? So you would mark it from the top side of the triangle to the very bottom side of the triangle, and then you apply it to the breakout candle. And in this case, it's landing right at the 45 cent zone that we looked at prior, right? So again, I'm not saying that we're going there. I'm just saying that this is typically how you trade this triangle, right? You get the convergence of price, right? So, or price converging, and then you have the breakdown from it. We have the test of resistance, and then a continuation to the downside. Okay, so remember, not every target is set to be achieved here like by law. It really depends on the overall sentiment too. Okay, you guys. So I mean, yes, that's right. I was going to tell you guys that the importance of this demand zone here. This is the best demand zone that. Let me actually make this tight. There we go. 43.02. Okay, so that would be 43.02 to 45.78 per the low, right? 43.02. The reason why I'm saying that failing this here is just not good. And I'm talking about a daily closure, okay? So if we close a candle below that 4302, a daily candle, that would be the first invalidation sign of this entire thing that's been happening for freaking ever. That would be a real shame. Actually, this trend started, let's see, 596 bars ago. So that's equivalent to 866 days. So that's equivalent to almost 3 years of pretty much. I mean, if you're looking at this in the macro perspective, like monthly perspective, we've been consolidating within the range of $9.45. Right, so this area here would be immediately invalidated with a daily closure beneath 4302. Okay, if you get that, I would run for the hills. Okay, don't. This would be very dangerous here, as it would introduce, first of all, a support area of 2985. Okay, careful. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If I were to put out a GTI video today, somebody actually told me on Twitter, and I took it very seriously. He said, "Arca, can you just for these people here that keep on talking about the institutions following you, right? Can you just not talk about GTI and show them that it'll capitulate regardless if you say or not?" And I haven't covered it on purpose for 3 days. So, and in fact, it's meeting the targets that we talked about, and I haven't said anything, right? And this all this controversy actually came in from when I said Arca's targets revealed, right? So a lot of the times that's just clickbait, right? So I'm trying to get reactions from people on YouTube, because, and I apologize to you directly, right? You're you're seeing these clickbaity thumbnails, but they're really meant to in good intentions, right? So I think I don't know. I think that it has heavy manipulation, but also a lot of influencers, and I'm not sure that I'm at the top of the list right here. I'm pretty small, right? So as I think they have bigger fish to fry. But if they are looking, then they are, and I don't know. Right, so the bounce will come around 60 cents, in my opinion. GTI, any negative video will bring trolls and haters out hard. Absolutely agreed. So, yeah, that's around the zone I'm taking a look at. Look at my brother. So I'm looking at 59.87 to 70.63 as that zone, right? So the bottom side of the zone being at that 59.87, I seriously think that it has a good chance to face a bounce from there. What we don't want to do is create the 70.63 into a resistance. If we create that 70.63 into a resistance, then, you know, the likelihood of facing the lower targets becomes a little greater. Okay, you guys, so please be very careful with what's happening here. But I mean, we're approaching very strong areas of demand. That's for a fact. Okay, you guys. So let's see. Phil is saying Mumu won't let us sell GTI due to liquidity stuck. That sounds like locate problems. Actually, it sounds like they don't have the shares. It sounds like they can't find them. So Cryptic Trader saying the bounce will come around 60 cents. Yeah, GTI, yep. And saying it won't affect the stock, but it will affect you. Yeah, absolutely, man. They'll try to make me look like a clown. Sebastian Lim, moderator Sebastian Lim, stepping in. What is up, my dude? Good to see you here. I took a 34% on Moni. Them triangles look too dangerous. In fact, let me see what Moni did after whatever we spoke about, right? Actually, we can just pull it up right over here, right? So MONI. I want to see how. Is that really it? No, it's this right here. Yeah, this is an ascending triangle, my brother. This is bearish, man. This is very bearish. Just like this, we're right at the resistance. This is to be very honest with you, Battle, this is the top. That is the very top, man. And you secured it. This is absolutely where I would have taken profits here, man. This is, of course, it can still go up a little bit higher, maybe even 30, right? But I wouldn't trust that, man. Especially because of this. Look at this. Test number 1, 2, and 3. You don't want that test number 3, man. That's going to capitulate. I feel it, man. Who knows, man? Who knows? right? But yeah, at least we know, right? But I mean, everything is suggesting pretty nice price action. It's just I don't trust this formation, man. This is bearish, very bearish. Okay, so this thing can actually come back down to, I would say, about 2 zeros and 9.7. So it'll knock a zero down. It'll put another zero in the number. So let's see, Sebastian Lim, what did I miss? My dude, freaking SPCE. Look at that, man. We were actually looking at this from 5:30, and Indra was looking at this from way before. This is actually ripping to the upside, still making new high of days. My goodness, man. Every freaking move is making a new high of day. This is ridiculous. This is awesome, man. SPCE absolutely ripping that upside. And there's been actually a few plays, right? FNGR is still kind of holding that support, the consolidation zone that we spoke about, right? We got that entry area here. Very nice. Yeah, everything is looking pretty good, man. Very good. So no, Rosie Gray Glass is saying Ham is predict the real short will completely be out by early next week. What that means for price, I could speculate, but have no idea. Oh, okay, well, there's no way that we can actually see what the topside targets for GTII can be. And the reason why we can't see that is because the amount, and I'm not sure. I personally don't follow fundamentals, but there was something that I was very curious about. Please let me know in the chat, by the way. Yeah, freaking 34% is incredible, bro. So please let me know in the chat. Does GTII have failure to delivers? Is that something that it has, or does it not? And I'm really asking this, okay? I'm really asking because the failure to delivers would be essentially the reason why we would speculate on more and more synthetic shares, naked shorts, right? So, but if we don't have failure to delivers, then there could be another way that they're manipulating price, right? But I'm not sure how. So, the speculation here is that there's millions of synthetic shares, which means that it's surpassing the float, the allowable legal float, which is 238 million. So we can't know what the price action would do because we don't have an exact number of supply, right? So if they start, let's just say that that everything were true down to the very detail, right? That there are millions of synthetics here, and then they start covering based on some crazy catalyst that's a bullish catalyst, right? The price action, it would go into price discovery. I mean, $9 would be kind of a joke to it if there were millions to cover like that. So if we're looking at covering millions of shares all at once, I mean, something like that can push the price upwards of $50, $100, who knows? You know, it's just that's where speculation really grows, and that in that area is something that I don't have control over, and I can't backtest, so I can't really bet to that side because I can't see it, right? So the people who can see it are the ones who are actually making the investigations and all that stuff. Now imagine that those people who were investigating and putting in that DD were also masters of charting and masters of charts and you know, for trading. Whew, that would be an unstoppable person, right? So, but there's a language barrier there, as in my perspective, since I can't see it, I can't test it, I'm not going to trade it, right? So I'm just holding a small position here for the movement, right, for market equality. So I'm going to hold my position there, whether it's zeros or not. That's my decision to make, right? It's actually one for retail too. It's just there's no harm done holding that for retail as well, right? So I am long the asset still, and just to be very clear, I think I'm long the asset 120 or 119 or something like that. So we're currently sitting at 71 cents. So yeah, in the red just like everybody else, right? But it's just there. It's just going to sit there until it does whatever it's going to do, right? So sorry about that. Let me just go back there. Yeah, but it's nice hold right here on that 70-cent zone, right? It's actually bouncing upside of it. Don't trust that bounce, guys. Don't trust it. Let's just keep on observing and see what happens from it, right? So, yeah, I've been looking at RCRT as well, right? So, in fact, we got that bounce directly from the bottom side of the triangle where we talked about. And we're potentially getting ready to make that breakout, right? So this is looking good, man. I do see some high potential here. 12-hour time frame resistance at that SMA 14 is indicative of finding resistance right at about 26.48. So, in fact, it's a range. 26.48 to about 26.88 could be a little bit of a resistance touch. Come back down to our current highs or even the opening value of this 12-hour duration, 25.49, before a continuation to the upside. So keep an eye on that as well, my brother. Okay, but yeah, it's so far it's still looking very good. Okay, so let me actually come back to the broader markets and see what's happening. Man, broader markets are still holding, guys. It's it's still looking okay. Geez, it's just this is a serious case of the Mondays right now on a Tuesday, right? So somebody chill out the Tuesday, give it a taco. So now Rosie Grass is saying 300 million. In the 300 million is the commonly speculated counterfeit share number. No way. 300 million. You're talking about over twice the float. That over 2 times the float. That's if that's really the case, then damn, they're gonna have a hard time locating, and it's gonna be a very very violent upside if that is the case. So no way to force naked shorts. Alpine expelled transfer, just another broker, in my honest opinion. I see we need organic buyers. Okay, yeah, or a catalyst, right? So to encourage the organic buyers. So yeah, actually short positions, especially institutional short positions, do not have to cover. They have. I mean, guys, their margin requirements are a lot different than retail margin requirements, right? So they. While they have one guy, you can look at it like this too. Okay, this is why it's difficult to play against the institution, because the institution knows how to gain money when they're losing it, which is literally why they call the hedge fund. They hedge, right? So when you have you have your trader desk guy number 1, right? So he's guy number 1 on his chair number 1, and you have guy number 2 right next to him. So guy number 1 is actually in a very huge losing position on his short position, GTII. So he's probably down 300%. He's probably down 200%, whatever it is. But guy number 2 is actually hedging his loss by trading the upside and trading it in intraday trading. I'm talking about momentum trades, institutional whale manipulation, right? So take the price action up 4 cents, take the price action down 4 cents, take the price action up 4 cents and down. And you're literally compounding that throughout the day, creating more and more liquidity for those who think that it is the floor, right? So while they are in a losing position, they actually may not be because of their other traders. So you have a set that are short and a set that are long. So that's what kind of makes it almost impossible for a short position institution to close, right? But at some point they do, guys. At some point, it's not that they're going to have to. It's probably because they're going to want to, right? So if they are in the money at some point, then yeah, that would be great, right? So now Lockup is saying Alpine Hedge Fund was caught with a huge naked position, failed to deliver too. FINRA is shutting down this due to that discovery. Alpine just lost in court, now waiting for this appeal to run its course. So that would be very incredible, guys. FINRA finding that and going after them only makes me speculate why didn't Gary Gensler go against that? Why, like, where was he? You know what I mean? That guy is full of shit, man. It's very interesting. All that stuff works in the broader markets, you guys. So that's honestly one of the reasons, right, why I decided to turn my talent into more of a day trading thing instead of an investing play, because it seems like they just want to force down anything that really has a true potential for a real upside, and that's sad. You know, it really is sad, only because it's an OTC. Trust me when I say that, a lot of traders do like to push the OTCs down the moment they are above $1, right? So that's it, because it's a little easier, right? So Why Change is saying still no way to force coverage, just trying to help. Yeah, exactly, right? So Why Chance now, I followed Ham, Ace, William as well. It's all just details, no basis. No basis in historic facts. Yeah, that's essentially my issue here. And remember that it's only particular to some people. There's a million ways of That's such a bad thing to say, man. I was gonna say there's a million ways to skin the cat, right? That's not something that I want to say. So please just know that I wasn't gonna leave you there wondering what I was gonna say. So there's just a million ways to view the same thing, right? So fundamentally, technically, statistically, mathematically, systematically, so many ways, right? It's just to each their own, right? And they all have a very powerful outlook. I'm not by any means trying to dumb any strategy down. In fact, I respect all of them, and I try my best to stay on top of them as much as humanly possible. So Alpine can't be margin called? Sure, they absolutely can. They already have probably. But their margin call is not like you would retail. So when you're margin calling an institution that has a pretty heavy margin, now I don't know what's going on with them because of this court thing. But usually an institution, when they're margin called, it's more of a slap in the hand. It's more like saying, hey, we just got a little ping right here. You're actually below margin requirements. We need you to either cover some of the short position from ticker symbol GTII, or if you can actually add more to your margin requirement. So then they'll say, well, how much is it more to add to what am I short? So they'll say, well, you're short about $200 million. Just go ahead and add it to your margin requirements, and then you'll be good to go. So then they do that. They meet the margin requirement. Margin call goes away. They never actually had to cover. Right, because they have funds everywhere, right? I'm talking about cash. A lot of the times in these markets, when we're consolidation or bear market, especially right now that we're pivoting, they are cash. A lot of these institutions stay cash for the most part, right? Because they want to make sure that they can cover any mistakes in case of any, right? So especially when you're looking at margin. So yeah, it's not to say that they can't be margin called. It's just when you're margin calling an institution, it's a little more. It's a little more like, hey, can you consider doing this? We love you guys, we respect you, whatever. So, but like I said, Alpine definitely finding that lawsuit, found by FINRA and stuff and all that. So that's I don't know if they would be treated the same way after that, but it's starting to sound similar to what happened to Melvin Capital. When GME's retail ended up putting them out, right? So they started falling below margin requirements to the point to where they had to start borrowing from Citadel. Citadel bailed them out on $2 or $3 billion before actually Citadel actually needed their capital back after about a year or two. They asked for it back, and the company was just not able to maintain doors open. So that. See, like it at one point or another, there may be some type of fall like that, right? But even in those situations, guys, that's a very dangerous situation for even the people who don't know what's going on that work at Alpine. So there's people in there that have no idea what GTII is. There's people in there also just like us with families, and also people with kids and stuff. So their gamble is not on the stock. Their gamble was that they signed a dotted line that they got employed for a 9-to-5 job, which they have no idea that what they're doing in the trading floor. So the trading floor may be responsible for the loss of so many people's jobs and so many innocent people's jobs. So I'm just I'm putting it out there like that, you guys. There's two sides to the spectrum here. So, and that is another reason why I don't practice the fundamentals anymore, because I don't want to ignore that issue is there, but I would rather not look at it and just maintain myself in the short term and kind of not feel what I felt with AMC. Right? So, I mean, guys, it really is a dog eat dog world out there, right? And a lot of people are going to fall victim to that. Whether it's retail or institutional, somebody is going to lose at one point. That's why it is a zero-sum game. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and continue on the chat here. So Rosie Gray Glasses saying, I would think that eventually, lockup. Yes, we will look at, I'm sorry, I'm just jumping all over the place right now, right? 310 on that COSM, fading out of that 318, just like we said. Check it out, man. Damn it. 318 again, and 310 back at it. Anyway, let's go ahead and just pull up rain. We'll look at it in just a bit. Right, so let me just look at, I'm sorry, did I even click on the right one? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Rain Industries. It's not the oncology. It's the NASDAQ, right? There we go. The oncology one, right? Ooh, this is strikingly familiar. to SONN to Viri to, and it's crossing upside of the 50. No, not yet. Okay, that's very good. Anyway, let me hold on just a sec. Let's see. So, yeah, we'll look at rain. Okay, in my opinion, with constructive money tightening, let's see, constrictive money tightening, yes. I don't think that any broker would take in that responsibility. I get that's how it normally works, but money is tight for everyone, even hedge funds. Absolutely. That's the reason why I'm saying that they're staying cash. So roll the dice, us not giving up the dog. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Right? Because once you're in that movement, it's better to stay in that movement. Just like I said, guys, I have my small position in GTII. I'm not letting it go. And it's in respects to the market equality movement, right? So Rosie Grey Glass is saying, I would think that eventually enough slaps on the hand would eventually turn into something greater. Alpine is one of those people who has an incredible amount of violations, yeah, and that makes them a lot more vulnerable and actually a lot more prone to closing the doors too. So Lockup's saying, don't get me started with Gary Gensler, man. That guy is seriously a piece of work, man. I don't even understand how he's still employed, right? But you know, it's the markets do their thing. So Why Change Now saying, what's up, Buddha Mike? Saying, not the first time they've been in trouble with other tickers. Rich always protect the rich. Yes, just the facts. I sold at a loss, started shorting, no support below 70 cents. On GTII, there's that 45 and 43 cent zone as an inflection area. So keep an eye on that as well, right? So now, KYP, what's up? Geesh, Arca, just seeing this. So, seeing GTII drop that low, or what were you talking about? So now Phyllis saying SQQQ, how low can we go? SQQQ is actually in price discovery right now. Okay, so that can continue capitulating because the markets do feel like they have another run in them. So I mean, again, like sub $18, like less than that. And I don't know where, because I mean, I guess we can speculate, right? So we'll go ahead and put it up there after we look at rain. Okay, so SQQQ, and remember it's the inverse ticker, right? It's the inverse ETF, the Ultra Pro short. So this is a 2 times levered short, right? So let's continue on here, but yeah, we'll look at SQQQ, but we'll see rain first, right? So let me go back into the chat and lock up 33,000. Damn. Stick Vicious 100 to you, man. What's up? Rosie Grey Glasses is saying sometimes the more rich sacrifice the less rich to maintain confidence in the system. Alpine may be one of those who get the boot. Alpine may be just the smaller side of things, to give an example, to throw a head into the crowd, meaning that they're just going to be used as a sacrifice. So that could also be because the thing is that that's only one. It's gonna likely transfer into someone else. Someone is going to buy it. Someone is going to buy the short. So if they don't cover, of course, right? So I don't know how that can happen as well, but I do remember that there was that potential with Melvin Capital's short position for GME, that another institution was likely to transfer their short position in exchange for capital, right? So that's another. I just keep that in mind, guys. Okay. So let's see here. So Don Hilbert, SONN. Yeah, we'll go ahead and touch it down on SONN right after SQQQ. Not a problem, my brother. Good to see you here. Sebastian Lim saying, thank God I'm not in FFIE. Where do you think this is headed from here after that bad RS news? Oh my God, dude. It got RS? Jeez. Short-term trades only. Exactly, man. Exactly. So have a taco and relax. That is right, Lock Up. I couldn't agree more with you, my brother. So now journey to the center of the universe is saying SPCE ripping. Yeah, man. Still ripping to the upside, right? Getting that massive top side right now at about 590. Jeez, man. This is, Indra, actually one of, I'm not sure if she's still around, right? But she actually told me, take a look at this. She actually called it out several days ago in the Discord members, right? She was keeping an eye on the fundamentals on it. Some very good news happening as the first commercial airline is actually announced. Airline flight. So the first commercial flight is about to happen. So this is why the stock is rallying right now. So Sebastian Lim saying they think they are talking about RS in the future. Price action won't. Price action went crazy. Oh man, that's a reactive thing. It's likely to recover at some point within the short term. That's only volatility for the day. So just watch out with that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol RAIN, right? Rain. Oncology. So this was a very curious thing happening here, guys, because there's a breakout happening right now. This is a 12-hour symmetrical triangle breakout formation, right? And it's happening very nicely. So this is essentially that formation, just like this. We got to the apex, right? We got that breakout. Huge touch to support before a continuation onto the upside and turning our moving averages here. This is the EMA 9 versus the SMA 10, finding that support down at that touch, right? So now let's go ahead and see what the targets are based on psychology, right? So this is your bull set number 1, right? So bull set number 1, you apply that trend line to the breakout candle, which is this one, right? And let's just move it like that. The trend line is suggesting a top side of about 146. Price action already reached about 139, so that's fair. And the second set of bulls would actually be from the center of the triangle, right? Right over, I would say around here, right? So let's just take it like that and then apply it to that breakout zone 2, and that would give us the other target, right? So just like this, let's put it there, and it's suggesting the top side of this candle. It literally just met it. So that was perfectly to that touch right there. I love it. Okay, you guys, so now, yeah, converting that SMA 10 and the EMA 9 into support, that's a very, very bullish thing to look at, especially that we're getting that upside and increasing volatility here in the 12-hour. Okay, so that only makes me feel that the 4-hour is definitely upside. Yep, we got an upside on that 4-hour, increasing volatility there. 6-hour and 8-hour should look very healthy too. So, yep, the 6-hour absolute upside, increasing volatility here, definitely finding that support and regression from the RSI. So that's also very incredibly bullish. Let's see the 8-hour time frame, also with an upside pivot, increasing volatility as well, and it actually just an ascension here on the RSI as well. So it feels like it's a little bit of a slower mover, but that's still okay. Let's see what the average 10-day. Okay, so it's 1 million on the average volume, right? Per 10 days. So it's not bad. It's not too slow of a mover. So I see the likelihood. Look at this. Check out our topside target right with the EMA 21 and the 8-hour. So that's our sweet spot, guys. I definitely think that we can face that topside there. And we can probably see what that is, taking a fib from this range high to this range low. So let's go ahead and do that. From that candle like this to that candle there. And where are we being taken to? We are being taken to just up 1 cent above the 2-spot 272. That naturally gives us a resistance range to the 2-spot 618. Just like this, okay? Keep an eye on that. Just like that, okay? So, and of course, check this out. This top side right here that we were looking at 139 ends up being the 1-spot 618 resistance at 140. Of course, the price action is going to come back. Guys, yeah, that is definitely an area of resistance there, okay, you guys? So usually when you're day trading things like this, or, you know, swing trading them, those are the resistances that you want to face with a pullback so that you can get long the asset, right? So now, particularly to the retracement that the asset actually faced, this retracement right over here, notice how it came right back down, I mean, specifically to 131 to the 0618. So it's following geometrics very nicely, okay, you guys? So this, yeah, I still see an upside coming in for ticker symbol RAIN, okay? I think that you should be very careful trading it, of course, because, you know, you should always practice risk management. But, yeah, with that being said, I do think that the upside is more likely than not. Okay, so, yeah, good deal there, my brother. Good deal there. And good find, by the way. Good eye, okay? So it's about 9:09 in the morning. This is around the area where I was talking about that the algos could start switching. So I would say 9:30 to 10:30 a.m., is when we can start getting recovery, okay? So we'll keep an eye on that as well. All right, so now let's take a look at SQQQ, right? So this is the inverse ETF, right? So we were talking about sub $19, right? So in this case, of course, we're getting that upside because the markets have gotten that downside, right? So this is the inverse ticker. See this? We got the SPY with the downside, NDX with the downside. We have Tesla. Even Tesla actually faced the downside before a continuation up. But guys, in this case, we could potentially be facing that resistance right now, okay? And that is particular to this, okay? Remember, these are daily candles, and I want you to focus in on this wick low from this day here, right? So you can also see the L right over here on the OHLC, right? The open, high, low, close. You can see that low of that candle is, let's see, 2007, and the high of this candle here is what? 2006. So that is likely the resistance that we're finding. Also very close to this top side of this candle. So the high of this one is 2013, right? So that is very likely where we're finding that resistance touch, as it matches very well to the broader markets, just like that, right? So if we were to face a continuation to the upside here, I would honestly have to put a stop at it at about 2022. I don't think that the price action can continue from there. I'm not sure, right? But from here, the lows are actually something that are just in price discovery. Take a look at this. Let me zoom out like crazy here so you can see exactly what I mean. In the history of the SQQQ, let's just go to the bi-weekly. Screw it. So we can see the entire history. Take a look at that. It's literally never touched, ever, in its history of trading. It's never touched $19 or $18 until recently. So these are all-time lows right now. So when you reach all-time lows like this, that's called price discovery. Okay, so that means that we don't know where the price can actually end, but there is speculation. Okay, we can speculate like this. This would be the inflection candle, right? The failure candle. So I would take a range low to range high fib inversely to see what those potentials are. Okay, so in this case, I can already see that we can face a bounce from 1651 in the bi-weekly, meaning that it would take around, for us to reach that low. That means that we need incredible upside on the market. So over the next few weeks, maybe even a month, who knows? Maybe we can reach that 1651, right? So, but these are just geometrics. There's nothing historically that we can look at to kind of back that and validate that, right? So we can possibly run volatility versus momentum tests, but another thing that we do have to notice here is that this is incredibly oversold in the bi-weekly. Look at this, right? So it's suggesting a floor being found. Okay, so can there be an upside to this? I'm not sure. It could be after potentially facing a bounce from that 1651. The markets pull back greatly, eventually taking the SQQQ to 2402 and then fluctuating within that chop box. We have to see what the broader markets have to do, right? So we'll keep an eye on it, okay, you guys? So anyway, let's see. Which one? Sorry, SPCE ripping. Yeah, I got that. Okay, think they are talking about RS future. Okay, price action went crazy. Yeah. Okay, do you think there's a long opportunity? It seems to be curling already. Which one, Sebastian? Let me know what ticker you're talking about. Sean, oh, what's up, my bro? Good to see you here, man. Good to see you. We were just talking about AMC and Ape just not too long ago, right? So I'm starting, dude. I just averaged my first like $100 into Ape. I brought my cost average down by $6 with $100. Oh my goodness, man. Not too much capital to trade here, but we can certainly play it really smart. As I hope to liquidate the account, man. I'm gonna try to see if I can strategically exit. Right, so anyway, Rosie Gear Glass is saying one reason why the AMC short position got bought is because other shorts in AMC would have been vulnerable if they covered. Yes, that's true. If in GTII, to my knowledge, there aren't other vulnerable shorts if Alpine covered. Oh, so Alpine is the only short institution? That's incredible. What bastards. Yeah, Journey, let's go ahead and you know what? I think I remember somebody early on asking me for ticker symbol Mara. Damn it, I totally missed it. If you're still here in the chat, my apologies to you, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol Wolf, as there could be a very nice continuation to the upside here, specifically to the Bitcoin spot price action and also Bitcoin CME futures, right? So the Bitcoin is actually looking incredibly potent, and in fact, I actually see it running particularly soon. I think the signals have already fired. So notice this, okay? First of all, huge candle here. This is a very big hammer candle printed on the bi-weekly. That usually marks the V-shaped recovery. 10 days and 4 hours to close this bi-weekly candle here, but closing this candle in the form of where we are marks a bullish engulfing on the bi-weekly, another upside signal, and also the validator candle for a continuation to the upside after a hammer is printed. Right, so a lot of the rules are being presented here very nicely, and it is suggesting an upside. Okay, but let me look at the shorter time frames. Let's see the 30-minute. Ticker symbol Wolf 30-minute has an upside, increasing volatility, which is good. Okay, hourly time frame upside pivot. We're starting to get that cascading. Okay, so let's see the buy hourly. Okay, buy hourly is starting to correct to the upside in critical volatility. There could be a resistance coming up. Okay, so and I think that resistance could be at the 162 zone. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on. 4 hour man, what? Look at this, man. 4 hour time frame with a massive pivot and increasing volatility too. I hope the 6 hours under that. There we go. Oh man, yeah. Ticker symbol Wolf very likely to continue to the upside, and I would say, judged by the 8 hour upside, 12 hour upside, daily upside. Holy crap! Daily moving upside of the 14-day simple moving average, guys. Ticker symbol Wolf is set for a huge move, and how is that? How am I even looking at this? Let me see. Jeez Louise, this is crazy. Yeah, I think the resistance, let me see. I would have to favor, oh my God, no way. I have to favor 188 to, this is just temporary. And I'm talking about short term. So I would have to favor about 188 to the top side of this range here. 201. We're at 155. So this is a damn, holy crap. Time to get long this ticker, right? I'm talking about a 29.4% bump to the upside. Phyllis, thank you so much for your donation. You are incredible. I really appreciate that. My family appreciates you. Okay, so that certainly helps out the cause right here, right, you guys? And yeah, but thank you, Phyllis. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so this is a very, very bullish stance. Okay, you guys, the first move I can see is definitely to this range here. And I would honestly, this is what I'm seeing, okay? Just to give you some clarity. I'm seeing a continuation to the upside to resist the level of 217. We come back to the level of about 188 to 201 or $2 and use this as a validation before a continuation to the upside. This way, the price action would then jump to 255 based on all of this empty area here, nothing there, right? So that would be the zone to face a little bit of a pullback here and then validate our current highs again and then zigzag to the top, right? The next jump to the upside is another significant one. This is getting into very dangerous zones for the shorts. Okay, so that significant jump I'm talking about would be particular from 217 to upwards of 317. So these are dollar jumps. And this is a mighty powerful upside that I'm looking at, as there are several time frames that are suggesting that upside. I'm talking about critical volatility and upside momentum on more than 4 time frames here. Okay, so very likely ticker symbol Wolf can continue to the upside here. Okay, you guys, so just know that potential is there. I also saw Bitcoin just last night. I'm like, what is happening? This thing is about to rip. So yeah, there's some really interesting situations happening there. Okay, you guys. So Sebastian Lim, dude, thank you so much, man. Bro, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So you're saying Wolfie is a solid buy since 60 cents, bro. You have been in it since then. I know, man. I know. That is incredible, my bro. Congratulations too, man. This is if I'm talking about Bitcoin going to maybe around 37,000, man, it's a big jump. Bitcoin, actually, I don't have my, I deleted my watch list. It's okay. Bitcoin is currently sitting at around 20 to 29 or 28. I forgot where it is, man, but the jump that's coming is a pretty substantial bounce, which is going to pressure Wolf and ticker symbol MARA to the upside so aggressively. Okay, so I mean, that usually when you get, look at this. Okay, let me go ahead and pull up the master layout again, and we're gonna take a look at the dollar index, right? We're gonna look at the Dixie, right? DXY. So let's go to DXY, because this means what I'm looking at here is this potential weakness to the dollar, right? So let's go ahead and pull this up right here, and yeah, take a look at it. We're seeing that weakness on the dollar. Okay, so when we get this type of weakness on the dollar, that's usually when we get risk on assets to make moves to the upside, right? So this is a very good thing. In fact, the little bit of a pullback that we're getting here could be the rise that we're going to face tomorrow on price action. So let's just go ahead and keep an eye over what we're looking at here, right, you guys? So this is very far from actually finding Oh man, yeah, this can continue to the downside to about $100.52. I think that shorting the dollar could be cool, right? Because this would be, and this is actually forming a, it could be a bearish formation here actually. Okay, this is a right angle triangle, right? So just like this, it's quite a ways away from realizing its true nature, right? So that would be the bottom side, and this actually would be the support line, right? So this is a descending triangle, as they call it, right? So the way that you can see this play is that it's kind of an ABCD strategy, meaning A, B, C, D, and over again, but price action converging within this trend line. As you can see, the waves are starting to minimize, right? So when you start to get closer and closer to the apex of the triangle, particularly the 65% zone to around 70%, right? That's around the area where you want to start looking at potential breakout. So if we start to see a weak dollar within that 70% zone, which could be in October, then that could mark our bull cycle. This could actually fail to the downside for a huge capitulation, first leading to $97, of which would then pressure risk on assets to the upside. And that would be probably the pivotal point to where we can start to see a continuation to the upside. And I'm not going to lie to you for 1 second. When I first started trading and first started charting, I actually showed a picture to this about 4 months ago, right? So I don't even know where I have it anymore, but I showed my brother. I said, if there is history to look at here, I've only been trading for like 4 months, but if there's history to look at here, then we could be in a bear cycle all the way up to September 2023. And right now I'm speaking of an October breakout. So that's it's very curious that I'm still sticking to that, right? And it's not that I'm stuck to it. It's just that every time I say that, I get reminded that I spoke of it in my early days, right? So but early days are relevant here, you guys. Remember, I have only been trading for about 1 year and 8 months. So it's just some people absorb information differently than others, right? But yeah, this is forming a continuation formation, usually a bearish one at that. Okay, so and I actually may be mistaken by that too, because it can actually be a reaccumulation formation too if we suggest this trend line here. So then that would instantly turn this into a bullish formation, right? But if that's the case, then this thing can actually capitulate even still to freaking $99. So every which way possible, this can actually face some type of really, really, really low, which can pressure the price on risk assets to the upside, right? So keep an eye on the Dixie, you guys. It's looking a little bit weak right now, but of course we can just continue, evaluating these things. But yeah, you guys, I'm very much favoring the bulls here for ticker symbol Wolf. Okay, so keep that in mind. Keep it in your watch lists, right, you guys? So let's go back to ticker symbol SONN real quick and see what's going on, right? So ticker symbol SONN finding that support. Let's see, right at about 70.15. Okay, we thought that we were going to be able to make it here, but I think somebody just knocked or what? Don't knock while I'm streaming. Stop that. Yeah, you guys, we thought we were going to be able to reach that target, but that's not to say that it can't be reached. I'm trying to tell you that actually this could be the reaccumulation for shorts, and then price action can likely come back down here, but we'll go ahead and keep an eye on it. This is a temporary target too, right, you guys? So if we're going to face the resistance, could be right at 76.23. Watch out for those targets there. Yeah, 76 up to about 77.48, right? That's the range. Keep an eye on that target, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and go back to the other screen here. Let's take a look at the time. Yeah, approaching 9:25. So let's see what the markets are doing. Yep, check it out. We're recovering, just like we said. Starting at about 9:30 to 10:30. That's usually when we're gonna start getting our recovery, right? So now we're starting to guys. We need to make that candle really close upside of the opening value from this prior buy daily candle, which is the 437.01. We're sitting at 437.05, okay? So this is very good. 437.13, 16, check it out. Literally how I said, guys, 9:30 to 10:30, that's when our recovery start to happen. Of course, there's still going to be ebb and flow to the market, guys, right? But this is essentially what we were looking for, right? So we want to make sure that we are above 437.01, so that we don't print a massive bearish engulfing here, because that would introduce probabilities for the shorts. We don't want the shorts to enter right now. We're still looking at longing the market. Okay, you guys. In fact, I'm already long the markets with 3-month out options, right? So on the TQQQ. Careful trading the TQQQ because it is a triple leveraged. Okay, that's a triple lever asset. Ultra pro shares, right? You don't want to get stuck on those, man. If you don't have your risk management in play and absolutely controlled, do not play levered assets, and don't play with margin. Okay, you guys, be very careful with that stuff. Okay, because it will introduce some serious losses, and that's actually capital that can be used for better opportunities, right? Not the gambled ones. And certainly not the levered ones either, okay? But yeah, we're starting to get that turnaround, guys. I think that by around 10:30 a.m. we could have already recovered into a very nice area. Hopefully by that time we'll be closing this candle, this bi-daily candle upside of that 437.01, which would be incredibly bullish, right? So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep that eye on it. But yeah, it's moving just like we said, guys. No problem there. So hold on just a sec while I actually look at the heat map right now. Oh my goodness, check it out. Everything is almost red on the day. I'm talking everything, right? Tech, man, look at that. NVIDIA is still 0.68% to the upside. Very nice. Tesla is plus 1.81%. That's very nice. Okay, not bad, not bad. I don't see any like absolute rippers, right? But other than like SPCE, but that would be the strong, just the only one, right? That has moved like that. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's others too, right? But still, this is incredible, you guys. So not bad. All right. So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and continue on to see. Actually, let me see if there's anything coming up for news. Nothing. This is all just 5 hours ago is whatever. Okay, you guys. So ticker symbol SOUN, continuing the upside that we spoke of, getting yet even closer to the topside targets that we're talking about, right? Remember that the first topside target here that I spoke of on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday was 392 to about 402. Price action already led to 385. Okay, so this is still looking as bullish as we felt it, right? So this was our zone, right over here, right? So the three targets that we're looking at are based on a breakout of an ascending triangle. Okay, you guys. So these are. Price action is leading slowly but surely into those targets. So keep an eye on that, okay, you guys? So, and now actually touching back on SONN, we're reaching that resistance that we're talking about, right? So we're looking at the potential resistance of 76.67 to 77.48. Huge resistance there. We would need to close a 4-hour candle above this zone here to continue on to the upside, but this could be the resistance touch to actually get a further capitulation down to this zone here of 64.81 to 66.76. I honestly have to favor that here because look at the 4-hour stochastics. They're still faced to the downside. So that's kind of giving me that indication that there could be a continuation to the downside even still. Okay, I mean, but this is normal, guys. We absolutely want to practice some patience here. We want to make sure that we can reaccumulate so we can get a good bull run. Another reason why we could see this as a continuation. Remember, I was actually talking about the space of the EMA 55 to down to my bottom support of about 55.07. Why am I saying that though? Why am I still so bearish the asset? That's not me being bearish. It's actually me telling you that we need to reaccumulate, right? So something like this is what's happening. We get the wave number 1, right? We get the wave number 2, we get the wave number 3, and then we get the wave number 4, and then we break out, right? So it's not to say that that's exactly what's going to happen, but usually that's around what happens. We start breaking out, we start breaking out to the upside based on that test number 4. Usually follows the golden rule of 3. Now, when you're looking at ladders like this, usually test number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those are all viable. But remember that while they are viable, you have to look at current resistances and supports historically, right? So in this case, we can see that we have a very clear area of inflection at 52.53. We cannot close the 4-hour candle below that or else price will capitulate. Okay, you guys, it's just a set of rules that we have to practice, that we have to know when trading, and that's it. Okay, you guys, then everything else starts to look a little clear. All right, so let's go back to the other charts here, you guys, and see what's going down. GTII currently sitting at 71.25, getting that bounce from the upside, right from that zone, right of the 70 cent zone. This, I wouldn't trust that upside, you guys. This is I think this is just buyers trying to get long. They're averaging down right now, but no official reaction from the bulls just yet. Okay, so it's not to say that it's not going to happen. I'm just saying that it's not quite there, meaning that there could still be lower targets to look at for some bulls in particular, right? Some guys may actually may want to see a further downside. Oh, damn. My goodness. My wife just said, she says she needs her title. Of course she needs the title. Oh my goodness. She left without it. Good deal. Ah, man. I wonder what's going to happen there. Anyway, you guys, let's go back to take a look at RCRT. Still facing that resistance there. Ticker symbol RAIN, actually getting a little bit of a pullback here, but it's still very relevant, right? We got that first top side of the bulls there. That's good. Let's see, ticker symbol Wolf. Yep, still pushing that upside there. DXY still pushing a little bit of an upside, but that only reminds me of the ebb and flow that's happening here within the broader markets, right? So, Keys, hey, what's good, Arca? How far down do you think GTI will go before turning to the upside? So that's actually something we were just talking about, right? So if we're considering some downsides, just to put it very short here, the 70-cent zone was an area that I looked at as a temporary bounce, and I did say it a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, sorry, where I said that if we do touch that 70, that's not a reversal point. It would be a support touch, but we would have to see what the price action does upon reaching it. So we did reach it now, and you can see that the bulls haven't reacted as strong as we wanted them to. That means that there's still lower targets to look at, right? So if we're already down like this, then trust me when I say that there could be short positions entering and bull positions exiting, so that they can bring down, for example, like this, right? If you're long the asset, 30,000 shares, and you know that the price action is going to continue to the downside, I would take out 10,000 shares at this point, wait for it to drop an additional 16%, re-long those 10,000 shares down here, thus increasing more shares, because it would be, I pulled them off at a deficit of about 11 cents, right? So we drop 11 cents. I would increase the amount of shares that I own by pulling out early and then buying in lower, right? So that's also something that we could be facing too, right? So in respects to lower targets, right? So this is a very important zone here. And this is in fact the area where I do think we could face a bounce, right? 59.87 could be a very strong zone of support before a pretty significant bounce. Again, I'm going to say that I'm not sure that it can be the bounce to finally, take us to the moon, but it would be, I mean, in respects to this being the second strongest demand zone that GTI has to offer, the probabilities are landing towards the bulls here, right? But if we were to falter this, right? If we were to fail this demand zone, it would be with the condition of a single daily candle closure below the bottom target, below that 59.87. Okay, so one candle closure of a daily iteration closing below this target would introduce 43 to 45.78. Okay, so now I'm not saying that we're going there. In fact, I don't even think we can. But that target rhymes with the ascending triangle, with the rising wedge. Sorry. That's the bottom side of the target based on this trend line here, right? So you take the trend line from here, apply it to the breakout candle, and it takes you down to this level here, which is very curious. Okay, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to do that. This is just a psychological target. It has no mathematical properties. But those are some of the reasons that we were able to see this downside in the first place. In the first place, right? So take it with a grain of salt. Take it for whatever it is. But I do think that we could still face a little bit further of a downside, but and guys, man, I feel so reluctant in putting out a GTI video because of this, right? I like say I'm not gonna say it's gonna go up when literally the momentum is. I can't make that up, right? There's no way I can make this RSI up. Like people say that I'm a bear and I'm actually the one that's capitulating the price. And no, like I can't say anything. This is literally saying down, right? So I'm not going to say up, guys. when it's saying down, right? So I mean, and I know that people listening here are definitely understanding of that, right? As I'm always gonna call it the way it is, you guys. I'm just gonna say what charts are saying, and that's it. I feel like it would be a breach of trust if I did say upside, trying to pump something when it actually shouldn't be going to that upside, right? Not a problem, Key. Very happy to help, okay? So, yeah, those are essentially the targets that we're looking for, okay, you guys? So, anyway, let me go back to the broader markets here. Check it out. We're still pumping to the upside. We're getting that breakout above that opening valuation of this prior bi-daily iteration, which was, again, 437.01. We do not want to close this bi-daily candle in 3 hours and 23 minutes below 437.01, or else some downside can be looked at, right, you guys? So, yeah, so the strike options long calls that I have, it has a strike of about $42. So I'm slightly out of the money on the TQQQ. I have a Vega of about 10 cents, Delta of 58 cents, and a Gamma of about, I'd say, 20 cents. Okay, so that as soon as I run in the money, those call options are gonna IV pump. They're gonna create something called an implied volatility pump, right? So right when it reaches the money, Gamma will apply to Delta, and then for every single percent that implied volatility goes up, that would be an increase of 30 cents to the Delta from Vega, right? So which is the measurement of whatever Vega is times 100 shares of the contract, right? For every percent that implied volatility moves to the upside or downside, right? So yeah, you guys, if you are practicing options, you guys, I couldn't stress enough for you to understand, learn implied volatility, learn your Greeks, right? Learn your time decay, learn all those things. They're very important. Okay, you guys, because options can seriously introduce, I mean, for real, zero, like just accounts reaching dead zero, right? So I need you guys to be very careful trading those options contracts. Okay, you guys, let's see what the wife said for getting her whole title here at the house. Man, that is really, let's see. Damn it. Hold on, you guys. So I'm just gonna say, so what do we do? Anyway, let's go back to the markets right over here and see what's up. All right, good, man. I'm just really conscious over this, man, because I mean, presently, if I have a strike price of 42, and we already faced this capitulation here, you know, for sure the options went down a bit too. So I'm keeping a close eye on this here because I'm kind of long these calls right very close to that bottom side, right? So NVOS pumping, testing that daily high. Yeah, man, we were talking about NVOS earlier, right? We were saying the likelihood of it continuing to the upside being very great, actually. So let's pull up NVOS real quick. NVOS, and let's see what targets we were talking about, right? So there you go. Yeah, we can very likely touch the top side about 1558 again. So I mean, we're resisting right at the 2.272. This is incredible, guys. This is very nice. NVOS is very likely to continue to the upside here. Of course, there's going to be natural ebb and flow, right? But I do think that it has a good chance here at meeting some very macro targets, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. Good deal, guys. So ticker symbol SONN. Let's go back to it real fast and see what's going on with the asset, right? So we already know that we were going to face this type of chop action, right? So yeah, it's still holding that top side, you guys. Potential top side of about 77.48 to the EMA 21, which could be at 76.68. Still sitting at around the same target. Hold on, you guys. What are you guys long, by the way? So Lizzie Berenson saying, how's the play looking for SPCE with this drop? So SPCE, I mean, it's an hour time frame drop. Let's see. Why is it even resisting in the first place, right? So let's go ahead and take a, I mean, it doesn't even look like a drop on the 12 hour though. All right, so hold on just a sec. Why are we facing a 5-day resistance somewhere or something? Yeah, we are. That's why. Okay, so we have the 5-day EMA 55 acting as a resistance, which is incredibly normal. Okay, and then also this, let's see if we're at a 618. Well, yes, we are. So we resisted from the 595. In fact, it was 604, right? So that's the 618 resistance touch. Very likely that. I also think that the Gaussian channel is acting as resistance too. Let's see. Actually, I still see a continuation to the upside here for in the days coming. To the top side of about, I'd say, let me center that, around 654, and it just so happens to be right at the 4 spot 618, 657. So that's yeah, the likelihood of continuing to the upside here is still great, but this is gonna face some wiggly price action here before continuing. So I would be really careful as to how you're trading this, because yeah, the 3-day already got that resistance touch of the Gaussian channel and the support touch of this of the mean band of the 3-day. Okay, so let me go back to the other time, to the daily time frame, and see what 493 looks like. What is 493? Actually, there could, if it retraces further, I think 524 could be the accumulation top. So that 524, let's see. Let me try to validate that 524. Just like this, and see what 524 is landing at, right? So yeah, I would say the space between 531 at the 2 spot 618 and the top side of this candle 524 is a very strong support. I'm not sure that we can reach that low, but just in case, this is actually another area for long opportunity. The price action is immediately rejecting the downside. It's still moving to the upside. It's facing the resistance right at the 3 spot 618. That's why it's holding there. Okay, this one right here, 579. Keep an eye on geometrics as well, you guys. Those they tend to play out pretty good. Okay, so good vibes saying great GTI analysis. Make more GTI videos. I'll try, my brother. It's just I feel bad for retail when I have to say things like that, like, well, guys, I'm looking at a further downside. That's not what people want to hear, and I feel bad. But at least it would work as a good forecast. Like, I mean, like 2 months ago, I spoke about the 70-cent target, and this guy left me a comment yesterday saying, yeah, give up on GTI. You've been wrong literally every time, as I'm sitting there watching 70 cents. I'm like, what? Oh, my goodness, man. It's tough, man. GTI is a tough chart to chart. Right, lots of manipulation, lots of emotion, lots of psychological impairment. So that's stuff, man. It's very difficult. No, make less GTI. I can't trade that. Philip. Yeah, we've been putting up some pretty nice plays, right? So yeah, look at this on a daily time frame, SPCE, right? Just notice how the price action just doesn't look so terrible like the 30-minute or even the 5-minute, right? The 5-minute. You'd be over here like, no, what is happening, right? So, but then when you're looking at it on a daily time frame, it's just like you're still on this massive green candle here, right? So yeah, still facing that resistance, 579, right? So we'll see if we can combat this. We can convert it into support, and then we can continue on to the upside, guys. Okay, so I still see a further upside coming in for SPCE. Okay, so what I do have to say that is in the hourly time frame, there could be a short-term pullback, potentially to the targets. I'll give you a range, right? If it does print this a shooting star candle, right, on the hourly. Remember that the hourly time frames don't have that high of a hit rate, right? But still, this would be the reaccumulation zone. 552 to 560 potential support here, continuation to the upside, facing targets upwards of 622. So of course 630 would be the resistance. We always have that 651, but this is a lot of the times FOMO. Okay, you guys. So I would look at the lower candles, like the 6 like this one down here, the 630, right around there. Okay, but yeah, price action is just trying to combat that 3 spot 618 golden mean. So we'll see what's up. Okay, you guys. Let's see. I'm sure it's okay. Hold on just a moment, guys. I'm responding to my wife over here. She's panicking over there because she's like 45 minutes into her drive to her parents, and she's like, I forgot my stuff. Yeah, Sebastian Lim, we actually took a look. Hold on, let's see. I just noticed here that there's a few comments. Okay, I'm saying dry powder to buying more GTI. I would love to buy in steps at around 643. Yeah. if it goes there, man, trust me when I say lots of people will actually want that. So Rosie Gray Glass is saying, Arca, if you still believe GTI will go to the moon tomorrow, it will, believe. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I totally hear that. GTI ain't gonna go to no moon doesn't mean you can't make it bank. You can't make bank in it though. Yeah, absolutely. And I know that Cryptic Trader is also a holder of GTI, right? So am I. We need to put the positive vibes out into the ether, right, you guys? So now Sebastian Lim is asking me about GTBP. That was we also looked at that one too, right, my brother? So in fact, it dropped it very close to the zone that we were suggesting for a bottom side, right? It's already capitulating from it because I don't know why, but let's go ahead and pull it up on the what time frame am I in? Let me see the hourly time frame. Of course it has of course this thing has a bearish action. Okay, so this could be considered a potential liquidity trap for the bears. Okay, so be careful with this, as it is reaching a very, very low zone. Okay, so if you were considering longing this, somewhere around now would be that, right? But always practice your risk management, right? So let me show you where this thing bounced from. Okay, I'm gonna put a trend line just like this. Check out all of these candles here. They're so freaking dead on the price right there. It's incredible, man. So Rob Zombie is saying, hey, Arca, top of the morning to you as well, my friend. So what are your thoughts on Snap? Chart looks juicy. Needs some wise insight. Let's see. Insight for Tigo Bitty's bounce. Dude, the Tigo Bitties came out absolutely the way it shouldn't have come out. It went dyslexia into anti-dyslexia all in a single second. I'm like, my goodness, I'm probably going to get hated forever now. Right? So, yeah, guys, I see this potentially being a liquidity trap for the shorts. They're thinking that this is actually going to capitulate all the way back down to the area of about 29 cents, maybe even to 28 cents. But I don't think I can actually see that, right? But anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Guys, you're ridiculous. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Scott, we've been actually covering COSM here and there, so we'll go back to it again. But let me go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol. What was it that you just asked me? I'm sorry. Let's see. That was on Snap, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up ticker symbol Snap and see what's going down. As that there very well could be an upside to this. Okay, so let's see. Snap on the 30-minute. Okay, take a look at this. Okay, we want that upside on the 30-minute, sure. But that's because we just got the downside, and that was the reaccumulation event that could have happened right down here. You get long this asset here, right? 1046. We're at 1059 right now. Let's see if this 30-minute momentum is bleeding into the hourly, which is very likely, right? So here it is. We're starting to get that pivot, right? As soon as we get this pivot to the upside, then we evaluate the buy hourly, and then the 4-hour will continue cascading into that, right? Notice that the RSI and the hourly is about to face a little bit of resistance, okay? That resistance could take us back literally right now. Damn it. So it could take us to the space of about 1056. I'm going to draw it in. These are shorter time frames, right? So 1056 to about the low of 1051, which could be an entry to get long, right? So back to the zone where this 30-minute actually validated, right? So right about here, which is the top side of this zone right here. So 1053, right? So this would be a better entry, 1051. So the upside on this is starting to appear as more likely, but remember that this is really dependent on the broader markets. So yeah, broader markets are pushing, man. It's definitely pushing. 4073 on the TQQQ, man. Yeah. This is Snap is potentially going to start following that trend too. Okay, so. Oof, it's already rejecting that top side. Yeah, I see an upside coming in, and you're potentially catching it in a very, very, very aggressive early stage. So now just to touch real quick on ticker symbol SONN, getting very close to that top side that we're looking for, right? We're looking for resistance at 76.68 to 77.48 to potentially retrace back down to the zone of 64.81 to 66.76. Okay, you guys keep an eye on those targets there. But anyway, let's go ahead and come back to these charts here and see what we have. Okay, so we are Rosie Gay Glasses saying, I was joking, by the way. Any one person's will not affect it either way. Yeah, that's true. I totally agree with you. So Cryptic Trader, I love you, man. And yeah, what's going down with Rain? Jeez, man. That ticker has been a pretty interesting one, right? Oof. Yeah, we absolutely got that very nice touch of the target that we were looking for. This is a consolidation phase, man. This is perfect. Look at this bi-hourly time frame on the RSI. Let me make it bigger. Here we go. This is what we're looking at for support. The space between 59.32 and 57.14% is essentially what we're looking at for reaccumulation, and that could be 133. 133 to be fair to 132 to 133 could be the zone, right, to get long this asset. And man, yeah, this is very likely starting to bleed those upsides. 4-hour upside on the stochastics, 6-hour upside on stochastics with volatility increasing. Man, this is very likely going to continue to the upside. It's trying to find its floor right now, and it very likely is super close to it. Okay, first of all, notice the relevance of all of this price action right here. Look at the opening of this candle right at 134, price action at 134. The closing of this candle here, you can literally see it on the C right up here, right? So you can see that it's 134 close. Top side of this wick right here is high right on the H right up here. You can see 134, right? This top side of the wick right over here on that high, you can see 134. So a lot of 134 relevance here, okay, you guys? So, and that's the only reason I can say that if we were to face a continuation to the downside, then it would particularly beat 133 to 132, right around this zone here. Okay, so, but yeah, it's trying to find a floor. I definitely see a continuation to the upside, but this is just a part of the natural ebb and flow, guys. It's looking mighty good. Anyway, let's continue on the analysis here and see real quick what's going down with ticker symbol COSM. All right, so let's go and see what COSM is doing real quick. I'm likely going to put out a video today on it. Right, so 308 target is, man, since it's capitulating to this 308, it's very likely that people actually want to take it back down to that very speculative, super high important, super high importance support level of 301, right? So, but please remember that 301 has a support range 297 to 301, right? So I got you. Sebast, man, I don't have my Discord installed on my, hold on just a sec. I don't have it installed on my, on this new system, but I'm going to go ahead and try to get this invite link from my, yeah, you know what? I'm going to post it on the chat. So I'm going to visit the YouTube channel as though I was a visitor. And let me go ahead and put it in the chat now. Okay, so here is the, this is the invite link right here, my brother. So go ahead and click on that, and that'll give you, that'll take you straight to the Discord. Okay, my brother. So COSM, yeah, you guys, this is still facing the downside. We're getting some turnaround here on the 8-hour to the upside, which means that there could be a floor found soon, which again could be, you know, that same area that we looked at, right? But first of all, we have to close maybe an hourly or 30-minute candle beneath 307 to actually encourage that bottom side of 297 to 301. So if we do get that touch down there, that's that, I mean, historically speaking, at least over the last year, has been a pretty powerful area for upsides. All right, so yeah, keep an eye on those targets there. Okay, so as this is, oh man, this is the 14th day. We're currently on the 14th day, and this is where I was suggesting for us to either reach the very top or the very bottom. So, I mean, this, if it's following time fractal, which is very curious. So anyway, let me go back to the chat here and see what's going down, right? So SONN is absolutely recovering, but remember that we're facing that resistance from 76.68 to about 77.48. We have to combat that first, because that will likely introduce a downside, but we'll evaluate it when it does get there, right? So, yeah, Rob Zombie, not a problem, dude. Very, very happy to help, man. So VCIG, crazy moves. Take a quick look, Arca, LOL. Hopefully FNGR follows how it moves, LOL. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look, man. So RCRT still finding that support there. Very interesting. Okay. NVOS still ripping that upside. Very nice. Wolf still with that upside. Okay, let's do it here. VCIG. Yeah, man, let's take a look at it. Oh, man, this was recently IPO'd, huh? Or has it been? Has it been really? Yeah, this doesn't have a lot of trading history, right? This is for sure just it IPO'd recently. Okay, so, damn. The obvious resistance here, man, would be between 1774 and about 2388. Okay, so that's you would have to close a 6-hour candle above 2388 to continue to the upside here. Okay, so, and in fact, we can see, let's see where we are geometrically speaking, right? From this candle top to the very low of the range. Actually, no, I need more space. So I have to take the previous 6-hour close, which is right up here, all the way to the bottom side of the range, and see where price action has led to thus far, right? So let's see. Yeah, we resisted just upside of the 3 spot 618, right? So, okay. Yeah, well, we got a top side of 1132. It was suggesting 1046. We have the 4 spot 236 at 1185, and then we have to. Yeah, I can't even reach. I guess I could try. Let me try to reach the fib. Let me see if I can reach the fibs to the higher valuations. I'll take this into consideration, right? This top side of the range. All the way to the absolute bottom. It's still not. I hate doing this, you guys, because that brings more speculation, right? So I'm going to take this top side of the range now to the very lowest low. So, in fact, I'm going to take this range to this low instead. Okay, so let me do that and see just where the price. There we go. That's making a little more sense now. Yeah, there we go. Check it out. 4 spot 618, perfect touch, man. Look at that, 1131 touch, and the top side of this candle here was 1132. So very, very interesting price action. Right now, we are converting the 3 spot 618 at 920 into support. We have a support range though, okay, you guys. So now, what's very particular about that? Let me kind of jot it down here, just like this. We're gonna put a line through it so you can see what's going on historically, right? So that's the target of, where is it again? 917, right? Take a look at this candle right over here. The opening value of this candle is 911. Okay, so that's very much the reason why that 3618 could be located there. Right, so we have support there. We're converting that into support so that we can continue to the upside. Okay, so in fact, the 6-hour time frame is suggesting a massive upside. We're barely getting into the critical volatility zone, and this is where it gets a little dangerous. Okay, so historically speaking, the RSI is already upside of the very top side. Man, so many sides from the IPO, right? So this is it's getting into discovery zones, right? So at this point, we only have price action to take a look at or keep into consideration, right? So the moment that you start creating a divergence of price versus volume, meaning that you start getting lower valuations of volume with still upside, that bearish divergence I would start pulling out, scaling out. Okay, so keep an eye on that, okay? So yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at, ticker symbol VCIG, but it still has upside to go. Right, I just don't know how far into the overbought zone we can get because there's nothing to really look at there, right? So, going to round 2. Anyway, let me go back to the chat here. So let's see. Yeah, those links expire even if I put do not expire. They expire after about 6 or 7 days. I'm sorry, 5 to 7 days. So all the time, I have to always cycle them, and I hate it. So Joey's saying, is there a chance you can look at Baba? Of course. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So ticker symbol BABA. Another one of those tickers that follows the broader markets. This is an NYSE ticker, right? So again, this is just so that you guys can see, right? This is another play that we put up, right? So this was the first. It went down to my range, to Arca's range, right? We got that first top side here. These are the ones that I put up on the Discord for members, right? And then after that, consolidation happened. We met the upside target number 2, and then eventually we got that top side target number 3, right? So very nice price action here as it did meet our top side targets. It did take kind of a while here, but it still got them. All right, so anyway, price action could be finding a support support? Let me, actually, that's very curious. Man, I know this is a little bit convoluted here, so you know what? I'm just going to create a new chart because Baba is actually one that I've been considering trading more and more. Right, so let me put this on log. Let me get the auto out of the way. I'm going to go into the 12-hour and pull up on moving averages. Let's see what it's got. Okay, so just like this, Arc averages. Okay, SMA 100 on the 12-hour support. Let's see the daily time frame. Okay, we're in the process of converting. This is if we're converting the SMA 10 into a resistance right now, that means that we can encourage an 86, 87 target. And what would that target lead to, though? Would that be... Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. A couple possibilities here, you guys. Okay, so this is potentially an ascending channel, right? So something like... Let me see if I can actually favor this. So this is very speculative because I'm not sure that I can... I mean, can I guess? This is a little forced here. It feels a little too forced by me suggesting that it could be the bottom side of this range here, right? So I don't think that's it. In fact, it could be down here like this, right? So if that's the case, then this is, I'm going to show you what strategy. That's an ABCD strategy, okay? So this is one of the most common and actually successful strategies in the trade, historically speaking, right? So it would be this right over here, right? So this would be X, and this would be A's where they actually enter long, right? The bulls shake hands with the bears right at this topside target here. Then the bears take control all the way back down to this target here, and then we face the topside target right over here. So when that happens, you have test number 1, 2, and then the final one, test number 3. So when you have that final test number 3, then price action can potentially fail the bottom side. But we have to take a look at how price action is going to go. Of course, that's just speculating into a week or 2 weeks ahead. But this is usually how the price action follows this ABCD strategy, right? So. Right now, it would be on bear control until we can actually find some type of support. But know for a fact that there is going to be a natural ebb and flow since this is the daily chart. Very likely we can face a downside to about 85.22 resistance at our current lows, 87.95. We have a continuation to the downside. Small time support right over here at about 83.60. Short-term support, not by any means a reversal point unless there is some type of good news. Otherwise, it's down to the slammer over here, man, about 80.93. And then from there, we can actually face a bounce. We'll see how the price action goes from there. But this is essentially what happens, right? So, and you can see here on the book that we actually have bear control over the bulls, right? So this is, it's suggesting pretty substantial downside. So let me see in fact, this would be a great short play soon. Let me pull up, what did I guess I can just pull up I guess so. Let me just pull up regular Stokes, right? Stochastic momentum. Okay, yeah, so we're at overbought on the daily time frame, suggesting a downside here. Okay, yeah, so this is likely to continue to the downside for a bit, and then we can see what's going down. Okay, so keep an eye on that, all right, you guys? So, let's see. Flame, what's up, man? Good to see you here. I need to quit my job and trade with you, Arca Daily. Let's go. Let's do it. So now Snowdrifter saying SPCE is at an interesting zone. So SPCE, let's go back to it and see what's up. Okay, so we actually didn't get that bottom side that we were looking for at 560 to 562, right? In fact, it's starting to reject. Remember, guys, I was telling you that these targets, I mean, when we're breaking down out of an hourly time frame formation, it doesn't have a higher hit rate, right? So in this case, I think that we are still my favors towards the bulls, even if we still have this. Oh, that's why I did it. Sorry. Okay, so in 54 minutes, we have this bi-hourly closure happening. So if the bi-hourly does happen in this, shooting star formation, then yeah, we can see this target here, 552 to 560. right? But it's still pending. We need to wait just under an hour, right? But still, look at Stokes on the bi-hourly. We have upside on stochastics right over here, bleeding into the 4-hour very likely. Nice, and critical volatility too. The upside is still more relevant to the down, rather than the downside. So I would practice patience here, and I mean, to be honest, I may actually still have to favor 560 to 562. That's not to say that it's going to print that bearish formation. I'm just saying that it's finding a lot of resistance within this area, although it's still green. But I tend to look for very, very conservative entries anyway, right? So that's why sometimes I miss a lot of my entries. It's only because I want to make sure that I get in at the lowest possible valuation, so I don't face so much drawback, right? So, I mean, the order book here on the bi-hourly, this is so bullish, man. The upside is still more relevant than the downside, guys. But just keep an eye on this closure here. Bi-hourly closure with a shooting star would pressure a little bit of downside here. It's not a big time frame, so this is why we would suggest that, right? So. And man, if there is a secondary downside to look at, EMA 9 versus the EMA 7 located at about 525 to 531. Not sure that we can go there at all, but it's there for us to evaluate. Okay, you guys, so keep an eye on those things as well. All right, anyway, let's see the broader markets and see what's going down. Very good stuff right here. Still holding upside of that 437.01. We want to make sure to hold there, you guys. We want to make sure to keep that target there, okay? So, and I still also am favoring the bulls here in the broader markets. So now going back, did somebody ask me about that, by the way? So see, yeah. Yeah, we can do that, of course. Look at that. Take a look at that, guys. Just like we said, very likely to continue on to the upside here, right? So that is a ticker symbol wolf, just making yet again another high of day, just $1.60, absolutely ripping to the upside, and it has massive upside still to go. I'm still favoring this. Remember, I pretty much said that we can actually face the upside here from 155. We're at 160. The top side targets that I'm looking at, I'm still favoring them 188 to 201. So that would be a zone to look at for potential resistance, right? Keep an eye on that, all right? So anyway, let me do that for you, Rosy Gray Glasses. So CLNV, right? I think I saw my notification say that I was going up a bit. Let's see what's up. Very, very interesting. Okay. Nice. Oh, it was a big rejection. We went to 290. It's at 271. Okay. Why? Let's see. So, okay. All right. So, yeah, the EMA 9 and the SMA 10 resistance on the daily, very likely for it to pull back from that zone anyway. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, sure. We'll look at that again, right? We have it still. I think I have it saved here somewhere. Zephram saying, I'm getting wrecked today, just making bad moves and chasing things. Dude, stop trading. Stop trading. That's usually when I stop myself. I'm like, oh man, I'm just revenge trading now. I have to stop. I'm gonna ruin my portfolio, we have to just reevaluate the moves after that, right? So CLNV on the shorter time frame. Oh, by the way, Zeph, dude, what you're looking at here is me running. I was told that I've actually entered not the dark side. I'm using a Windows. I'm using a PC. I am not using Mac right now. So as I got a new system. I'm sorry, Zeph. I'm happy that you did stop, my bro. So yeah, dude, I am absolutely in a PC right now, man. And you are too, right? Look at Crypto Trader saying Mac sucks. Dude, they're so overpriced, man. I wish I can get it. Man. Joel, good afternoon to you. Oh my goodness, dude. So I mean, dude, like that new Mac Pro has like, did it really say 4 terabytes of RAM? 4 terabytes of RAM? Dude, that's insane. Like, what do you do with that? Like, that's like borderline quantum. Haven't used a Mac since 5th grade. Oh my god, dude. So yeah, this is a pretty intense build, man. We're gonna look at CLNV right now, right? But it has the GeForce RTX 2080. I think it has 64 gigs of GDDR4, 3000 megahertz. It is running the 8th generation i9 9900K, right? And I forgot what MSI board it has, but it has overclocking to it. It can go up to 5 gigahertz. Since it's a 3 gigahertz CPU, right? So, but it's pretty intense, man. And I got this HyperX keyboard with it too, man. It's like all lit up. It's incredible. The case is insane. It's like all glass. Very cool stuff, man. But I'm very much enjoying it, and it's showing some serious promise here. As I'm really not having any issues. So I'm hoping that it's still running smooth on your side. I'm hoping that when I do this circle here, you don't see it glitching, right? Of course, I have an output of 1080p right now, but that's just because of the internet, right? We want to make sure that we can stream at an okay quality and all that good stuff, right? But anyway, let's see if we have an upside here on CLMV, right? You even look taller. Dude. I'm still gonna upgrade it, man. I want to see if I can reach 128 gigs of RAM, and that would be cool. And it's it's running RAID 0 M.2, the Samsung 960 Evos, and it's 2 terabyte 970 Evos on RAID 0. So that's dude, this thing is really fast, bro. I'm gonna see if I can fit a Ryzen 5 on that socket, and then we'll see. But anyway, 30-minute, damn, dude, super fast storage, hell yeah. And I'm gonna be. It has a USB-C in the back, so I'm gonna apply the externals to that. So, for a faster transfer rate. But yeah, it's super fast, man, super fast. And I don't know if that's I don't know if a person here actually wants to be called out, but he essentially donated it to the Arca Bulls, right? So he asked to meet me, and I'm like, dude, wow, I haven't met anyone from YouTube. So yeah, I guess, dude, you're trying to give me this awesome gift. Of course, I'll meet you. So I met the guy, and then he said, dude, I support everything you're doing for the community. This is my gift to you. And I looked at it, I'm like, dude, what? Like, I was at a loss. Yeah, I don't even know how to express my gratefulness to that. It was insane, guys. It was just super emotional times, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, cool. But in my head, I'm like, man. So actually the guy he builds gaming systems. And yeah, they pretty much built this thing, and now it's here with me. Super. It's a Corsair case. It's all glass, right? And then you just, it's all freaking blinkly and lighty, and it lights up like crazy. All right. Where would you get something like that? Yeah, dude. I'm actually gonna ask him to see if I can shout out his company, because this is what he does. He builds gaming systems, high performance gaming systems, dude, and he, that's just what he does. Is very cool. So Cryptic Trader saying, if we meet, I'm only buying you beer as long as it's not a Bud Light. Dude, you're so lucky, because you're gonna end up buying me water. I really don't drink, you guys. It's bad for my acidity, right? I got acid reflux. Anyway, you guys, CLMV 30-minute time frame suggesting a downside on that EMA 3. Right, so we still have some downside to go here. We want to see that because we want to base around that 270 level. Right, so if we get, clean that PC, and if you're saying that also means that you probably need to thermal paste your CPU. Okay, so you don't want to have it dust up like that, man. Your core temperature is probably high, and that shortens the life. All right. So anyway, we want to see this downside here in the 30-minute, because that'll allow bulls to enter. Right. Whoa. Sorry. So hourly time frame is still suggesting a little bit of an upside, but let's see if it's bleeding into the bi-hourly. Okay, which it is. Nice. Bi-hourly time frame. I mean, I guess I would like to see the volatility more in the 90% or closer to 85 to maybe 90. Right. It's at 70. It's at 76. It's not bad, right? So which means that there is a pretty high amount of volatility happening right now. So that's good. That's good. Let's see if the stochastic momentum is bleeding into the 4-hour, because this is high enough to where it is, which is now where we're starting to introduce a higher probability of upside. Another thing you should notice here is that the RSI is finding that support from 2 zones here. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're finding a support from not only the SMA 14, but also from the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile. Okay, so also we're noticing on the MACD that we're diminishing that bear pressure, right? We might get a bullish MACD cross. Okay, so that's good. That's also good. Okay, so if we're suggesting upside on the 4 hour, that means that your 6 hour may start to be getting it, right? There you go. We're starting to get it too. Also a relevant support on that SMA 14 with the gravitational zone. 8 hour time frame starting to get that upside too. Same situation with that support touch, diminishing pressure on MACD as well. And the 12 hour hasn't received it just yet, but if it does have a resistance touch, it does have it at the SMA 14 up here, which could share. I mean, if I'm being very aggressive here, it could be at the 324 that we can find some resistance, right? But from there, we just have to see what the shorter time frames are going to do. The more aggressive the shorter time frames come in to push the upside, the higher the longer time frames are gonna reciprocate from that, right? They're gonna react to a harder push from the early time frames cascading into them. Okay, so we want them to really push like one another into the upper time frames, and that is how you're gonna introduce volatility that can penetrate serious resistances. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Yeah, Zeph, I'm super happy, dude. Like, I can't believe I'm actually using PC. It's quite a change. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while, and I've never felt this fast of a computer ever. So that it is very cool. Cryptic Trader saying, yeah, I got you. So, and then SONN bottomed out already. So no. Remember, SONN, we're looking for the resistance of 76.68 to about 77.48 right here. Okay, so if we can get that resistance touch, very likely we can actually come back down to this zone here of about 64.81 to 66.76. This is potentially a reaccumulation phase. Okay, so if we can get that, great. But if we're not going to face this zigzag, ladder attack thing, then we would need to close a 4 hour minimum, a 4 hour candle above the 77.48, convert it into support, and then we can continue on to the upside, right? So that's essentially what we're looking for that. Okay, so yeah, let's go. Is it really? There's, what I've noticed is actually an influx of what is it called? Of news regarding GME, APE, and AMC. There's like a lot of people covering it again for some reason. Right, so I haven't seen this chart in some time, right? But this is essentially what I was suggesting the last time, right? So I was suggesting here at the top side of C, we would eventually face D, right? And we're literally playing the same thing that we were looking at on the other ticker. I mean, the guys, this is literally my trend line, right? This is what we were looking for. The upside here, this was the date. I think we were looking at this on May 23rd, right? So, and this is why I started drawing the line from here. So this is what we were expecting. Topside here, resistance. We come all the way back down. We got that downside, and then we got the upside again, right? So in this case, there could actually be a continuation to the downside here, okay, you guys? But this is massively bullish here, and I'm talking about downside to 23. Oh, we already got it. 23.43 already came back down to that zone. SMA 50 touch. Okay, so yeah, if we're starting to get that touch at that support zone, then this could actually introduce a top side here. So let's validate that upside actually. So 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, just like we always do, right? Let's see how volatility is starting, momentum too, right? So we already have that upside pivot on 30 minutes. Okay, let's see how far into the time frames this is bleeding into. Hourly time frame already has a little bit of an upside pivot there as well. That's nice. But it's early, okay? So this means that there could be longs waiting to enter at about 24.32. Okay, so this is that upside candle that is essentially breaking the structure of the previous candles with more volume, of course. Another thing to notice is the hourly time frame. We're making a cross in volume upside of the moving average, that blue line, right? This blue line here represents the moving average. We're upside of that, so that's nice, okay? That's another bullish statement coming in. Another thing is that this thing is forming an immediate short-term time frame bullish formation. Okay, so this, of course, remember the shorter time frames have a lesser hit rate, right? But that doesn't mean that they can't be played out. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm looking at here. A broadening descending wedge, test number 1, 2, 3, approaching true test number 4. Upon a breakout, per the traditional, trading rules here, you're looking at a top side of about 2607. Okay, so if this is actually going to happen, I think that we could reload here at about 2436. Get long the asset here, make the breakout here, potentially face a pullback from these candles. 2501, validate our newly converted resistance into support, continue on to the upside to that ebb and flow. Early next week, maybe this could be 2606. It's looking pretty bullish. So I mean, it's also I mean, the broader markets are also looking pretty nice, right? So look at this, 438.18, guys, and look at the time. What time is it? 10:21, 9:30 to 10:30. I'm telling you, that's the time where we start to recover. Right, so we started right at about 9:05, recovering into 9:30, broke upside of the 437.01 resistance, and now at close to 10:30, we're as high as we've been. Right, so 438.14. Very nice to observe the markets in that manner, you guys. Okay, so J Dog, what's up, man? GME, thank you so much, my bro. I'm happy to look at it for you. So they like losing money. The Bled is saying, LOL. I think I got a few shares in that. It's been some time. I hear that, man. So Mullen in the tens? No way. Damn, that is insane, my bro. Yeah, let's why don't we pull that up real quick? Let's see what MULN is doing and move on from there, right? So, jeez, oh, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. When I was looking at this, we were expecting some type of retracement like this, right? But I mean, reaching that low is kind of dangerous, as it is now beating again a new freaking all-time low. Wow. This little dinosaur here represents the very beginnings, right? So prehistoric times. So it's in price discovery yet again, you guys. This is dangerous. I don't know where price action can go there. And why the hell is it even capitulating? 10 minutes ago, David, just received 2.6 million shares of Mullen stock. Just received? What do you mean received? What does that mean? The submission of a Form 4 from CEO David on June 13th, the Missouri received 2.63 million shares as a part of 2022 performance stock award agreement. 2 days later, the CEO transferred 2.09 million shares to an unknown recipient as evidenced by transaction code J. On the same day, he is also gifted 541,813 shares to an unknown recipient. What is this? Damn, dude, that really all sounds like just what is that? Dude, just when you think that this thing has floored, it like introduces a new low. That sucks, man. I feel bad for retail on this. That's really this was look at this. This is why I was thinking that we were going to face an upside. I mean, we're looking at regression here, right? So in this kind of form, just like this, right? So yeah, potentially, right? So if we're facing this regression here, then we're facing a breakout, right? So if that's the breakout, then we could test again and then continue. The probabilities are there too. I just didn't know that it can play like that also on a stochastics, right? But apparently it can, right? So as you can see here, that there's no triangle in the price action, right? In fact, there's just this weird dead cat bounce happening. And if that's the dead cat bounce happening, then there is a price objective to be followed, right? Just like this. You take a trend line from the top side of the top side of the formation there to the very bottom of the formation, and then you apply it to that trend line. And this is suggesting a potential drop to you serious? 1264. That's kind of huge, man. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's very crazy. Mullen is as crappy as AMC. Oh my goodness, dude. And yeah, man, I think, dude, look at this. SPCE still trying to prove its worth over here, man. Yeah, check it out. Ticker symbol VIRI facing that support touch that we were talking about, right? So this is essentially the space that we want to be in so that we could get a reaccumulation before a continuation to the upside, right? You guys, it's looking nice. It's looking pretty good. We'll continue viewing this as we go, okay? You guys just know that we should practice as much patience as we can, right? But everything is looking okay, you guys. Baba is also still facing that downside we were talking about, right? In fact, this could actually, seeing that we have some bearish things coming in, this could be a pretty good downside bet here on Baba. I'm actually thinking about putting a short play up in the Discord. So, oh yeah, and check out SOUN penetrating the top side of our first target, right? So in fact, remember that, yes, this is my target range, but my target, the one that I'm looking at, is 401. Currently, right now, the price action is sitting at about 392. Very healthy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, you guys. So, guys, I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. I'm going to go ahead and wake up my little boy, as I know he's still over there in his 8th dream, right? So maybe I can also, make him something to eat before he wakes up. So anyway, you guys. So, I thank everybody for coming out. I appreciate for you. You know what? Yeah, man. You know what? It's all good, bro. Why don't we do that for you real quick, man? BROS? That's Dutch Brothers, right? Yeah. So, very interesting here. Okay, the support touch that we're getting right now is, breaking that downside from 2780 could introduce a further capitulation, but this is also support at the bottom side of the Gaussian channel, okay? So, let me see what could be happening here. Okay, so let me see the 30-minute time frame. Okay, we have upside on that 30-minute almost immediately, actually, right? This is likely bleeding into the hourly and bi-hourly. Here's the hourly with an upside, contracting volatility. Let's see, 2 hour, the bi-hourly is getting an upside pivot too, and I don't think the 4 hour has it just yet, but let's see. Oh, it barely has it, yes. Okay, good. So yeah, this is potentially finding a floor, and hopefully actually where we're sitting right now, okay? So the next step for this is actually not found with this. Is actually it would be found with a reversion variant. I'm getting a long signal here from my algorithm, and it's suggesting a top side of about 2881. Okay, so this could be the floor, and it could be the area that we can be faced with an upside, but it's a temporary upside. Also notice here on the RSI, we have that SMA 14 right all the way up here, right? That could be very much indicative of finding the resistance at the mean. This is a mean reversion. Okay, so very likely going to come up to 2881 before actually facing a retracement to test the top side of 2811, and then we can see if we can break upside of the mean. In which case, then price action would lead to around the $30 zone. Okay, so I think this is pretty good, man. So let's see. So the Wargo saying made great money on SOUN today, thanks to your Father's Day video. Thank you so much, bro. Got all post notifications turned on. Absolutely, man. I'm very happy to help my brother. I will always express my honest opinion, whether it's upside or downside, right? I just like to read the charts, and that's all. So now, Crypto Trader saying, hey, Arca, real quick, how do you see my big three for tomorrow and next day? Tesla, Nvidia, and Meta. Dude, those three are rippers. And I'm not saying that for just anything, man, because we know how those follow. We know how those follow the broader markets. So it's funny how they're getting pressure to the upside just on this small, it's not a small upside. Actually, that's a huge upside. Let's see. Where's the? Damn it, man. Let me load up the NDX right over here one more time. And see, I think it may have been this right here. So that was 14,950 to 15,084. 50 to 50. Moving up a quarter point like that is huge. It's huge for the NDX. So if this thing recovers. Yeah, man. I definitely am very bullish those assets. Oh, sorry. This is gonna be TSLA. Jeez, man, look at that. Okay, so Tesla has a very interesting area where it's sitting. It just converted a gap into a support, which is so damn bullish. I can see Tesla upwards of, let's see, I'd say 298.73 to about 308.13 next week. And of course, there's going to be natural ebb and flow, but by next week, I definitely see this close to the September 2022 highs. So I'm very optimistic on ticker symbol TSLA. And Nvidia is actually following a very similar formation as the TSLA asset as well. So, but except this one is in all-time highs, and also in price discovery. So to give you upside targets from here are only going to be targets that are geometrically shaped. Okay, so that means that let's see, top side of the range to the lower side of the range fib. We can see a touch maybe by the end of the week or yeah, maybe Thursday or Friday, 448.62. So no, I'm sorry, 449.28. Dude, damn, try to freaking time to load up on calls right now. Holy crap, that's a lot. And that's only a temporary upside because of this. Oh my goodness, dude, we have the volume. The volume is increasing right now. We're about to get the bi-daily golden cross. No, we already did. We already got a bi-daily golden cross. Holy crap. Let me see the 3-day golden cross already too. Get out of here. Damn, this is so powerful. Yeah, dude, I don't even know like what targets to give you other than, of course, 449, and then if we can combat this, the 449, then we would essentially skip the 2 and go into 479.95 to the 2 spot 272. That's what it feels like. You know, we're at the resistance right now. We're at the all-time high resistance. This is very, very powerful. And then you know, I haven't actually studied meta myself, but it is kind of about time that I start considering plays there. So meta, let's see. Dude, this is so nice. Damn it, this is unstoppable. Holy crap. Let's see. Let me see the daily time frame. Wow, this is still suggesting upside too. Damn. Okay, so it looks like it's trying to penetrate key resistance right now, and that resistance would lead to the first top side of 298.44. Let me see. 298. Could it be? Yeah, I have to favor this. I have to 298.44 for sure. And for sure what I'm looking at, right? And then 307.61 would be the top side of that range before we can pull back and test the current highs of about 288.20 and then continue on to the upside. But this is what we're looking at here is the closing of a daily massive gap. This is why I'm saying that we can continue here. Look at this. This gap right over here. So we're about to face that key resistance. We're about to break it. This is the pullback that we're getting right now. It's hard to let me see if I can see it on the 3-day so I can get no, we can't, damn it. It's okay. This candle right here, the top side of this candle was very close to the bottom side of this one here. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that we're facing resistance right now only because this massive gap has been essentially cleared, right? So and this is why I mean also that we're penetrating that resistance. So as soon as we get that resistance touch, yeah, that would introduce. Yeah, I have to stick to this. 298.44 to 307.61, and dude, I don't think I can pull back from that target. I'm trying to find a reason. I'm trying to find how to invalidate that target that I'm giving you, but nothing is actually suggesting that. Okay, so man, I'm even getting bull signals on enhanced MACD. That's insane. Okay, and now let me see the Gaussian channel on the monthly. Dude. Yeah. Pull back to 277.39 could be in line, but this is a macro breakout. Okay, so breaking out of this can suggest beyond 384, dude. Like this is really powerful. This is extremely powerful. We failed we failed the Gaussian channel, and now we reclaimed it. We broke inside of the mean band, tested it as support, and now we're breaking outside of the freaking band. This is likely to come back to support at 277 and then continue on a massive run, bro. This is looking pretty powerful. Although I do have to say something of a big concern that we should look at, right? So there is a bearish divergence. You're looking at volume dropping while price action increasing. Okay, that's a bearish divergence. Keep that in mind. But dude, that could be just the short pullback to 227. So yeah, it could be a bear. We would need a second touch, but yeah, I think that could be it. Dude, this is nice. Yeah, dude, I totally know. Cryptic trader, I know. You just need the momentum. So anyway, you guys. So let's see. The company looks like it could be successful. Maybe Mullen could be successful one day, right? They just need to get their stuff together. So let's see. Missed most of the session. Did you check FNGR today? Yeah, brother, we definitely checked FNGR. I'm thinking that we could face a pullback. I mean, we already got the pullback here to the zone that we were looking for entry, right at 202. This is that candle that we got it right to the money. And we got a huge retracement, right? So now what I'm thinking here is that we can come back to test the range low, which is literally 217. If we were to test the SMA 10, look for that 214 touch, then this would actually continue to the upside. This is just a consolidation phase. I still see an upside coming in onto this, right? And actually the 4-hour time frame stochastic momentum is correcting. So yeah, dude, this is looking pretty good. It's not bad whatsoever. Okay, so Buddha Mike, what's up, man? With the new RS on the way next month. Yep. All right. Oh, Sebastian Lim, GTBP is actually moving. Nice, dude. But guys, I actually do have to go. I gotta wake up my little boy. I gotta make sure to keep him on schedule so that I can stream in the mornings. All right, you guys. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I love that we got to hang out. I love that we got to see the broader markets. Definitely keep an eye on the broader markets, okay? Because that's going to be introducing to us what could be happening for the days to come, all right, team? But it's looking good. We're recovering just like we said we would be, right? So from here, guys, we just gotta practice the ebb and flow, all right? But yeah, team, look at this. FNGR getting famous these days for sure. Monster Mike, I'll see you later, my brother. So great stream, Arca the Bled. Thank you so much. TGG, that VIRI ticker, man, remember, we were looking for that retracement back to this zone before continuation to the upside. That's not to say we can't come back to it, okay? 181 to 187, we already got the first touch of it today. So this is a very important zone for us to keep, okay? But I definitely still see the flow towards the upside on this. So keep an eye on these targets. It's likely consolidating right now. All right, you guys. But with that said, I wish everybody very well, a very good rest of your day. I'll put out some videos. I'll put out some plays later in the Discord, and then yeah. But all right, you guys. Love you all. Thank you so much, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Peace out.